Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of the Mariguard Mercenaries. Before we go ahead and get into what's going on, let's go ahead and give one of our players an opportunity to earn a point of inspiration by giving us a recap of what happened last time. Emily, if you have it,
Hello,
let's go.
I have it. Session 21. We started with our big fight against the fish monsters, which I will probably say later, but just so I don't forget, are some weird, like, corrupted, at least some of them were some weird corrupted swagan. I don't know if all of them were, but one of them was described that way. So strange corrupted swagan and also, like, weird giant monstery things. Captain Naga immediately got off a crit on one of the big guys. There were a bunch of big guys, and there were a bunch of little guys that had like spell casting and other stuff. We had like an anglerfish dude, some smaller dudes. We had a thing identified as a silt mage, and as sea monsters. And I've moved into this idea of instead of like recapping everything in a battle, trying to focus on the big moves and also the like attacks and strategies of the monsters. So I will put those into chat. But essentially, right up at the top, we got that crit off from a ballista, which is great, which also told us that the ship that did not previously have a ballista now does, which is good. Um, Aaron also Eldritch blasted one of them like over a wall, which was very useful, and we got to see his Eldritch blast for the first time, which was like this like kind of sparkly like extension, very like high drama in the way that a lot of his stuff is. Spring got poisoned just fucking immediately. And did not have a good time in this fight. Renata called up Spirit Guardians, and that was super useful, but almost failed the concentration check because we realized that like, oh right, her constitution is like weird, but she has a thing from Spring called the Mind Sharpener that allows her to just immediately succeeds, which is great because the Spirit Guardians were super helpful in the fight. Guy broke away immediately to chase down one of the Silt Mages, the like cleric fish caster thing, and had a lot of really interesting like one-on-one moments with that Silt Mage. That immediately he was like, "I will savor the salt of your flesh," and it was creepy. And also, we learned, at least I learned because I was paying attention this time, that Guy did some defensive flourishes, so he must be a swords bard. That's cool, and had very high AC for a little bit. Spring immediately went unconscious in like a pincher's grip and had disadvantage on death saves, which was very scary. Which made Aaron big mad, and he cast Fireball, but in a very clever way that dealt like 30 damage to a bunch of the big dudes, but did not damage the deck, which was awesome. Arya also focus fired on the Silt Mage that was menacing Guy, kind of like true to their like dyad dynamic that they've got. Um, and was like, "Hey, you're rude. Don't talk about the saltiness of other people's flesh." Um, and also the Silt Mage like kind of stepped away from Guy, kind of like tempting him to take an opportunity attack, but Guy was too smart and saw right through that. Um, but then nearly crit Arya instead with a guiding bolt. And then Renata on her turn went down in the most dramatic moment of the fight, went down, which was very scary because we already Spring was also down. She immediately got back up on a nat 20 death saving throw and cast Beacon of Hope, and then because she's a life cleric, with Beacon of Hope got like with one healing word got Spring back up to 22 hit points, which was incredible. And then went and like hid behind Aaron. Dredger got a crit off of one of these things for fucking 60 points. I think he's a paladin. And then Arya dropped the Silt Mage, and also wailed and like had this really cool moment of like finishing off the fight with Silt, like dropping one of the Silt Mages, and then Wails of the Graving another one. After that fight, we got Arya got a couple of art objects that were worth 20 gold each. And Guy richly identified the dagger that he found on the Silt Mage, and it was a runed spell knife. Um, Scythe also identified that these things were corrupted Swagan, and then Dredger sort of just like literally just like walked back into the sea essentially. And then we set sail and let our two-person little crew know that we were going to the western reaches of Kalos Bay because we were like looking for some important artifacts, and it was really important that we get to them first. And so we didn't give them like all the information, but Spring kind of summarized. And we discovered that we now have some ballista with breaker bolts and ballista bolts, but no guns. And so the idea is that the ship is very fast, so we can like run. From piracy ships or any like ships that might find us and want to board us for some reason. We're not really carrying anything super valuable, but the ship itself is valuable. And the captain said that we can't sail quiet, but we can sail fast. And he kind of warned us that we still have that conflict going on between KO and Aurelia, so we have to like be careful of pirates. We had like a random event where we found a small boat with one sleeping human. And Aaron had the brilliant plan of misty stepping to him, and then there were no oars. And so Arya got a like an arrow into the side of the boat, and we all like hoisted it back. And we also learned it was not relevant at this moment, but we learned that in mounted combat, in like ship combat for Echo's rules, if you are on a vessel, you can kind of go anywhere with 5 feet of movement, and if a vessel is nearby, you can hit it. Like if you're nearby on the vessel within 5 feet. Is that right, Echo? Did I get that right?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, great. Um, so we got back to the boat, and then Renata, like it was again, once again Renata's real time to shine, and she brought him back with a cool spell, and like took a lot of good care of him and gave him water and gave him food. We learned that this guy's name is Oberon Duke. He basically has 6 level of his exhaustion. He was like right on the brink of death. Aaron charmed him because we didn't totally, we didn't all the way trust this guy. And he told us the information that he is part of the Aurelian Navy, and he deserted after the Navy had ordered a bombardment of a coast that was full of civilians, which we don't know anything more about that now, but that's like suspicious and concerning. Um, so Renata took him downstairs and sort of like set him up with food, and he's asleep now and he's alive. We all did stuff in downtime. Scythe summoned a mastiff from one of her patches, and Nat 20'd an animal handling proficiency check, so she's made a lot of great progress. Spring, on the other side of the coin, had a 2 Nat 1 situation trying to craft some goggles of night for Scythe, and instead lost 100 gold worth of bandicite, and so she angrily fired guns for a whole bunch, and still didn't do very well on it. So she's like, inching her way toward the gunfighter feat. Um, Renata did a really good job. We spent some spell slots to work on the meta magic adept and spent 4 levels of spell slots for that. Aaron worked on spell sniper by literally using his fiendish dark one's own luck gift on his own patron to try to convince her to give him spell sniper, even though Turn was like 120 feet is enough. And so they had this really interesting conversation where Turn talked about like you should build yourself up, and be less self-deprecating, and maybe she'll like work on your self-concept, and I'll consider giving you spell sniper. Man, it's weird to be a warlock. Arya worked on the alert feat, and Guy worked on the blind fighting feat. Um, and which we were both told it was difficult to do while Spring was working on the gunner feat. We also had a couple of watches. Renata double crit her perception check to notice that the stars didn't look right, and she made a wisdom saving throw, and we're not totally sure about that. Like they were gold instead of pale white. And she felt kind of like uneasy about it, and then there was this weird ripple in the sky, and she cast augury to kind of tell like, should I tell someone about that? And she got wheel and woe in response, which is very frustrating. But then before she could really do anything about it, Spring asked why Renata wore armor, wore like basically like how the fuck do you wear that armor? Because Spring is literally an armorer and is like, you are tiny and slight and should not be able to wear that armor. And Renata got to talk about her unique constitution, and we kind of found out that like she doesn't really have a limit of kind of what she can take. Essentially, she's just always pushing herself past her limit and is always in constant pain because of it. And Spring was like, "Well, that's kind of unsettling," and like was thinking about ways to maybe engineer her armor so it would be lighter. And when Spring asked Renata like if she knew where her constitution came from, Renata said yes, but she doesn't want to talk about it. And Spring kind of surmised that she was like afraid of other people catching it somehow, which was immediately proven when Renata like denied Spring's attempt to hug her, and so she felt a little mechanical mage hand on her shoulder instead. Aaron and Scythe had a really good talk on their watch where she introduced the Mastiff Bub, and said that she had a quote another dog patch in case of dog emergency. Um, Scythe and Aaron also talked about like this idea of like, did Aaron get to design his own body or did Turn design his own body? And Aaron said it was kind of a little of column A and a little column B, and he looked ordinary and forgettable before. And Scythe was sort of like, I'm not sure if I even had a hand in the creation of my own body, and it feels like this could be it, but also not. And they kind of talked about Aaron was sort of like we're talking about sort of opposite things in some ways that he wanted to sort of forget who he used to be, whereas Scythe is trying to remember. And she only really has a couple years of memory, like it doesn't include a childhood or anything. And she very wisely said like to Aaron like you shouldn't punish yourself for having been young. And he's like I don't do that, but like they kind of bonded over this idea of like Aaron feels this sense of exhilaration when he kind of hurts people when he uses this power that Turn gave him, and wants to use that power for good, and it's exhilarating. But also, and Scythe has that sort of similar idea of like it's really exhilarating to sort of use that rage and use her hands to like do damage. And so they had this really interesting bonding moment about that. But they both kind of agreed that like we want to do the right thing and not just the thing that will hurt other people. Um, Bub, at that point, Bub the Mastiff started to growl and alerted them to the fact that a massive crab was about to attack us, and we rolled initiative about it, or are about to.
We are about to. Well done, Emily. That was
We're
a thorough
gonna eat
recap.
good tonight, though, if we kill that crab.
I'm going to go ahead and move you guys to the scene of the action. Where
I was really expecting him to say scene of the accident.
the accident hasn't happened yet. But here we are. A giant crab is assailing the side of your boat. And as it is here, I need everybody to please roll initiative.
Do we is there some mechanic for those of us that will have to be roused or anything?
There is a dog barking. So everyone who has a passive perception of 10 or better is at least awake. They might not be up, but they're awake.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure because I think this is literally my first combat where I'm like waking up for it. So
Right. So everyone who was not on watch, which is Arya, Renata, Spring, Guy, the captain. You guys are prone at the start of combat.
Okay.
Why did it only... Okay, I guess I'll do this one at a time.
Just
Thank you,
Spring.
You guys are alerted by this barking and this horrible... This deep scraping sound against the hull of the ship. The entire ship itself is listing, as if something enormous is weighing down the port side of the ship, which is left for all of you non-seafaring friends. As we roll initiative, which I'm going to go ahead and roll for NPCs. Yeehaw! Aaron, you up on deck are literally like 10 feet away from the railing of the ship, and you see this enormous barnacle-encrusted bluish-gray claw like breaking into the side of the ship. It's 10 feet from you in total, and you see this enormous crab body slowly rising up out of the water. What do you do?
Probably let out a really high-pitched scream first. Jump into Scythe's arms for safety, but instead, actually, let me... I don't know how to play this. Go big? Nah.
Or go.
Yeah. It's probably got really good con for some reason. I feel like it does. I don't know what it is, but I'm
I don't know either. That seems like a weird assumption.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna stick with what I do best. I'm gonna start blasting.
Okay,
I'll hit it with Eldritch Blast here. Let's see. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
13 damage.
Okay.
I got 2 beams, right? Okay. I'll have to cast it again. Let's see, attack.
So that was a solid hit, but this creature looks like it has a lot of hit points.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of
So
meat to this thing.
21 to hit.
That
For
hits.
second beam.
14 points of
And
damage.
that is another 14 points of damage. Well, since I hit it, if I could, I would have blasted it 20 feet away. 10 with each hit.
Is there a size limitation to that?
I can't tell him. I can't tell in Foundry. I'll tell you in 1 second. Eldritch. It doesn't say. It just says when you hit a creature with Eldritch Blast, you can push that creature up 10 feet away from you in a straight line.
So the
I don't see a
creature is
size.
currently holding onto the size of the ship. So I'm going to give it an athletics contest versus your spellcasting DC.
Okay.
It rolled a natural 18, which is gonna. It's
Yep.
You all hear the hull of the ship creak as these enormous
Eek.
claws are bit into it. And the door from the captain's quarters flies open. What is happening to my ship?
The big crab.
Captain Naga, who's now on deck, looks and sees this giant fucking crab. And he begins ringing the alarm bell. If anybody who isn't awake is now awake for sure. And he says, somehow his voice magnified through all of the decks, "We're under attack. Everyone on deck. Pronto." So all of you were all awake anyway, but you all hear Naga's voice resounding. And from the ammo cache spring, you hear, "What? Oh, oh." Oberon Duke is shuffling to his feet.
Oh.
No, he's too injured.
Probably not
Yeah,
you,
sounds
buddy.
like the best one.
Captain Naga.
Say everybody.
He did say everybody. Captain Naga shucks away from the bell, and he raises his own bow that he's grabbed from what looks like the side near the captain's quarter. And he's going to loose an arrow at the crab. With a natural 2, he doesn't hit. Okay,
Oh man.
that's his turn. Aaron, you are blasting it. Renata, you are below deck and you're prone, but you're awake, wide awake.
Uh-huh. She stands up.
Okay.
And she is going to look at the other prone people who are getting up at the same time as she is. She is going to cast Bless on... I'm going to do it. Guy, Arya, and... Scythe's on deck, so Spring.
Okay.
You've been blessed by Calciox. And she is going to make her way toward the top of the deck. I don't know if she can get there with only 15 feet of movement.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, she's on deck now.
All right, so those who were blessed, keep a note of that. Who was it?
Guy, Arya, and Spring.
Spring.
Okay.
Does she have her armor? She doesn't have her armor on, right?
Oh, Echo.
'Cause we just
You
talked
don't
about how we
sleep
don't
in your
sleep.
armor.
Oh.
Oh, no.
No, she would probably... She's not stupid, right? She'll stay under to put it on.
It takes 10 minutes to don armor.
It takes
Oh
10
my
minutes.
god, that's not worth it. Okay, she'll go on deck.
Okay, so Guy,
I'll take my armor off. Fuck.
Arya, and... I'm sorry, one more time? Who was the last bless?
Guy, Arya, and
Spring.
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 Oh my god, I'm so naked.
All right, so everyone you see Renata run up on deck, she is a waif. Absolutely
Blowing in the breeze.
twig physique. Without the armor on, it really is apparent this woman must weigh 70 pounds.
Oh no.
Scythe, you're on deck. You see this giant crab is like pulling itself back up. What do you do?
The first thing I'm going to do is tell Bub to heal because I don't want him to try to attack the crab.
He does.
Aww.
And then I'm going to rage. And I'm going to attack the crab
Okay.
with my glaive. Man, I love glaives.
Think better not hurt that dog. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
No,
Excuse me.
dogs are very important. Well,
Oh,
that's
no.
a natural one.
Oh no!
She was so tired.
So
She's focused on the in the dog.
she's too worried. Yeah, she's worried about Bub. And okay, hang on. D&D Beyond logged me out, so I guess I will look at my other sheet. Okay, well, let's try that again. Oh no, I'm stupid. I'm gonna be reckless. Come on. I literally have reckless attacker. What am I doing?
Your best.
There we go.
That hits.
Okay, 20 hit. Damages. 10 points of stabby.
Okay.
And second attack.
You are raging, yeah?
Yeah.
So
So
2
12.
more.
It should be 12, yeah. There's got to be a way to actually indicate that.
Well,
but
we're
I'm
not figuring
worrying
it
about
out now, so go ahead
Not
and make
right
your next
this
attack.
second. Oh.
If you reckless, they're all at reckless.
Yeah.
$18 hits.
Yay.
Chop, chop.
10
Hey, there
points
you
of
go.
damage.
No. Maybe. Hang on.
It
Nope,
looks like it added
you've
to
added
that
the rage
It-
now.
It added the rage, so it's
Okay.
actually just 8.
I will heal up 2 points. Thank you kindly.
All right. And then in terms of movement, I can't really see that there's anywhere for me to go since it's a giant crab. and
Unless,
it's a
okay,
boat.
so the way this is going to work, while you're on the boat, you cannot flank and you cannot be flanked. While
Okay.
you're on the boat, your movement, your position is considered the boat. If you want
Got
to
it.
do anything else, can fly over the edge of the boat or water walk off the side of the boat or swim in the water next to the boat. But if you're
I'm
on
good.
the boat, your movement is you're on the boat.
Okay. I'm good. I'm on the boat.
All right.
I'm on a
That's my
boat.
turn.
It is another enemy's turn.
What?
Another enemy.
A fishy monster crawls up the back of the boat and is going to attack Captain Naga.
That sure is a fishy monster.
Yeah, fish monster even.
No, another dragon thing.
14, which does not hit Captain, and it will attack again. 19, which will hit Captain Naga.
Oh no. Pick off.
Captain Naga is pierced for 11 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
That's that creature's turn. Next. Yet another fishy monster
Okay.
reveals itself as it goes up the side of the boat, and it's going to attack you, Scythe.
Fair.
That's a natural 1. It's going to try again.
Side does sleep in her armor.
Scythe is
Yeah.
her armor.
It is her armor.
Her armor?
It is for armor.
It's a dirty
I had
20.
to remember to go uncheck mine so that my AC is correct.
That
yes,
is
that'll hit.
10 points of piercing
yep.
damage.
It was a very sad
Which
drop.
is halved, I think.
Yep.
Ah.
All right. Renata.
Ah.
A fishy
Please,
monster
I'm so weak.
crawls up the side of the ship and is going to stab at you with a spear.
I have 12 AC.
It rolled a natural 1.
Oh, thank God.
It's going to try again. And it hits you that time with a natural 15.
Ah. Oh, no.
Renata, you take 8 points of piercing damage.
Wow. And I will make a concentration check for my blast.
And she's unconscious. No.
And I fail. Mind sharpener.
Oh.
I expend a charge to keep concentration.
Okay. Guy, You are prone in your bunk, but you're awake, and you feel empowered by the power of Calciox. It seems as though there's this mystical, like extra layer of scale armor that is floating around you in your peripheral vision.
Oh, what a nice dream. Oh, wait. No. Okay.
Now, and
I'm
you hear
gonna-
the sounds of brutal combat coming from
Yep.
Starlight on the deck.
I will trot my ass up onto deck.
You will see as you're climbing through one of the portholes on the starboard side as you're going up the stairs, you see this gross fishy monster's face, like looking in the porthole, just blah, blah, as it's trying to climb up.
I make a face back at it and keep on going.
Gives
Fantastic.
you the fishy version of the finger.
Mm-hmm. I
A
hope
fishy
that.
finger.
Oh
like
man,
Fishy finger.
it's gross. It's a gross thing.
It flips you the flying fish. All right, what do you do?
I come up on deck, looking around. I guess I'm right here. I will attack
Help.
this thing. That is, yeah, I got you. Okay, let me target him,
I'm nothing
or
without my
her,
armor.
or them, and I will attack with my rapier.
It's 60-72. It could be whatever gender. Who knows? All right.
Okay, so I roll that, and then I also add a 1d4 for bliss. And then, wait, where'd the big roll go? Hello? Hello? Okay, I totally hit. Yeah, okay. I assume. 24?
Actually, yes, it hits. Go ahead and roll
Okay,
damage.
just to be certain. And then it's that plus 5, so 12. I do 12 damages of stab.
Okay.
Stabby damage.
And I will
You-
try to stab again.
You brutally wound this creature.
Oh, get fucked, fish. I'm gonna fillet it. I fillet it with my rapier. Like, I'm trying
Incredible.
to
Filet
make a
fish sandwich.
delicious steak. Yep, yep, that would hit too. Okay. 9 plus 5, 14. Super good at math, you guys. 14 points of damage.
Yeah.
Stab.
Uh, it doesn't like that. Not at all. Not one bit.
Yeah, pay attention to me. And then guy will like rub some sleep out of his eye. Like, oh, okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Arya. Same story.
Okay.
You are prone but awake.
Arya does actually sleep in her armor, and it's very clear why when you watch her wake up, in that she hates waking up. She's
Can sleep in her.
miserable.
If you do sleep in your armor, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution.
Oof.
Well, you are blessed.
That's true. Roll a
You should
d4.
add a d4 to that.
You could hit a 10. You hit a 10. Hey.
The DC is 10.
Hooray.
You do not wake up exhausted from the discomfort of sleeping in your
Okay.
armor.
I didn't
Praise
realize
Calcium.
that sleeping in leather armor was bad.
Any
slept.
armor can cause exhaustion. Light armor has the lowest DC, but as you go
Okay.
higher in weights, it makes it harder.
I used to sleep in my combat gear in the military, so I was just like, she does it.
Were you also
Anyway.
perpetually exhausted?
No.
Oh.
Yes, but
there
also you're
drugs?
waking up for guard duty and shit. Anyway, so she wakes up and she's like, "Oh my god," and she'll go for her bow, notch it before she even gets up the stairs, and then she's gonna look around, and she's
You see 3
So-
fishy sea monsters and a huge fucking crab.
Here's a question.
Mhm.
Never mind. I'm gonna attack and then ask questions later. I'm gonna
Okay.
attack the crab.
All right, go for it. You will have sneak attack because many people are in melee with it.
That's what I was gonna ask, and then I was like, I'm just gonna attack and ask questions later. Then, plus 1d4, right? Because bless.
To attack rolls, yes. Add 1d4.
22 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Hold on. When doing damage. They're Vex. Done at advantage. Roll sneak attack. With Savage Attacker, roll damage twice. Okay. Normal. 1d6 plus 5. Oh, no,
Whoa.
that's not. Sorry.
No, the camera just
speaking-
moved for no reason.
I know. It's because I spoke. It zoomed in on me.
Arya suddenly says 1d5 plus 5.
It's super weird and random that she said that, but you know.
Not the weirdest thing she's ever said.
So is this taking... It had that?
10. 10.
Okay.
10 damage. I am going to... I don't think I can trip them. I'm just going to do all my sneak damage.
Okay.
19 total.
19.
And then the one that guy was attacking that looks rough.
Uh-huh.
He is going to hear the ghost crying from the graves in his ear for 4 damage.
Okay. All right, you deal that damage.
Emotional damage.
Emotional
Um,
damage.
And I'm gonna assume that I can't hide or withdraw or do shit on this boat, so that'll.
Not really. There's... It's
Yeah.
not really an option, unfortunately.
Yeah. No worries. So that's my turn.
All right. It's now Albie's turn. From in the crow's nest. Albie is going to peer over the edge and loose an arrow at the giant fucking crab. And he hits with a 21, and he gets a sneak attack.
Yeah.
15 points of damage. You all hear him say, "Too late to pray." Whatever that means.
It's never too late, Albie. Fine,
Ah.
Kelsiok.
It's now the giant crab's turn. It lurches up over the side of the ship and it lashes with its giant claw, like scraping over the side of the deck. And it's going to make one attack on 3 different people. It's going to be on Scythe, the captain, and Aaron.
Jump.
Yeah. Jump rope.
Okay, so
Download a smooth set. Lock in.
okay, so it hits the captain. It hits Aaron. Scythe, does a 16 hit you?
I think you're
No.
disarmed?
Surely not. Yeah, she gets.
Okay.
Yeah. Armor.
All right, this massive fucking crab swaths across the deck, and as it does, Aaron and the captain take...
Guy yells unhelpfully, sweep the leg.
Aaron and the captain both take 29 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh. Dios mio.
So you should have swept the leg.
You okay, Aaron? How you looking?
About half.
Aiden.
And as it does, I'm going to roll a d2. Aaron, odds or evens?
Oh man.
Odds?
All right, Aaron. I need you to roll me an athletics check because it's trying to grapple you with that claw strike.
No.
Talking about the warlock's gonna have great athletics.
You have to beat a 14.
Okay, I don't have great athletics.
But you
All
could
right,
roll. You could do it. Have faith.
Oh my god.
Oh
God.
no.
Oh.
Aaron is grappled and lifted off the ship.
Oh, no.
Bye.
I am deceased. I got a 0.
Probably not yet.
Not yet. You got. We can put you back together.
Oh my god.
No,
That's
I'm
for
saying
the
I
dying.
rolled a 0.
Oh, Rise is deceased. That's
Oh
valid.
yeah, no, I'm okay.
You see off in the distance another crab has surfaced and is making its way toward the boat.
Oh my god.
Oh wow. Okay.
Guys, we're in trouble.
No, we're fine.
Uh,
I mean, Aaron might be fucked, but we're fine.
Spring,
Where's,
We
it is your
where's the
turn.
other crab?
All right. So Spring gets up from prone.
All right.
And because Spring is a magical artificer armorer, she can don or doff her magical armor in one action.
nice.
That's
So
so
it's
cool.
boring. It's boring, but she's going to she's gonna basically like Iron Man assemble her armor
Yeah,
over the
I
course
bet
Miss
it's
Bama,
amazing.
I
Like,
would
That's not
love
boring at
that.
all. That's rad.
3 seconds and it's all on. I bet that looks really cool.
I'm gonna get snapped like a Slim Jim by this crab.
Honestly, I think what's going to happen is she's going to literally be running up the deck, and like pieces of it are still going to be
Flying
snapping
to
into
her.
place.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like it's
Magnet.
going to be like
Magnets.
Guy
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
very
like-
impressed watching her run
like-
up. He's like, whoa.
magically like snapping over her. I think her like last gauntlet snaps into place, and she kind of like rolls her shoulders and defensive fields because she's not actually at full health all the way. She didn't get that much. She was really hurt in that last fight and didn't I didn't roll enough hit dice. So she kind of like cracks her neck and rolls her shoulders and kind of is in a defensive position, and her thunder gauntlets kind of like spring to life and like hum in her hands, and so she's like on deck. And I think just for flavor, she's going to be looking at Aaron. She will kind of like go up to where Aaron kind of was, ready to square off with this fucking crab.
Okay. Do you have a bonus action you want to use?
The bonus action is a defensive field
To
to give me some HP.
All
10
right.
HP at my highest health.
HP baby.
Nice,
All
nice,
right.
nice.
Hold on a moment. Apologies, a moment here. You think I'd be ready for this part.
Guys, do you think if I shake the crab real hard, it'll get like shaken baby syndrome and drop Aaron?
Yeah.
How are
I
you
mean, it's
going to
worth a
shake
try.
the crab? Are you gonna pick it up?
Aaron like a baby?
I mean,
Wait,
no, like,
No, the crab's gonna shake you like a baby.
like what if I cast Shatter on the crab? Would it shake all its meat in its shell real hard? I don't know.
I was thinking,
Like
I
a
was
brain
thinking
and a
about
skull?
that. I was also thinking about casting Shatter on the crabs. So I think we're on the same page.
Shatter the crab.
I mean,
Shatter the
I don't
it's
know if that's scary or
Last
not.
thing you're gonna see is a giant crab claw holding Aaron just going underwater.
Yeah, I
Child.
don't. That's. I mean, I
Soldier
don't think
breath.
my little bard Shatter is gonna take the crab out in one go.
Maybe.
I think you should
Maybe
try.
you never know. I'm
Didn't
amazing.
we like?
It's true.
Didn't Doll do something though to like make the dinosaur thing that we fought like spit up Scythe or something?
Yeah,
like
but
that?
that was a different guy. That was a
That's
different...
that's only after the crab eats Aaron. So we gotta get there first.
Okay. Step one,
We'd be
get
better
the
off like
Crab
Yeah,
can't
severing-
spit him out
Eating
until
Aaron.
eating him.
okay.
Crab will not
Sever-
be eating Aaron.
Okay.
Sever the
okay.
claw.
So as Aaron is grabbed by this giant, huge crab, Captain Naga runs up to the side of the helm, and he looks out at this giant crab that's like clutched onto the side of the ship and holding Aaron. And Captain Naga like looks down and says, "Vespa, I need you, honey." And surging forward over the side of the ship, the tiny little snake runs
What?
over to the huge crab, and then
Holy shit!
in a poof of this purple smoke, a fucking enormous constrictor snake wraps itself
Oh, it goes tiny and big.
wraps
That's so
itself
cool.
around the crab.
Oh, he's so big. Is it as big as the crab?
Yes, it is.
Holy
It's a
Yeah,
huge
fuck,
God.
it's a
creature.
kaiju fight, guys.
I'm gonna
Well, now
move
I'm
it
not gonna
here
shake
so
the
you
crab.
can see. But it's going to try and
Oh my God.
constrict.
Get it.
Vespa,
I love her.
why didn't you tell us you were so cool?
Ari's gonna need
so
so many mice. So many mice.
rats. Yep.
So many rats. So many rats.
That's a 23 to hit. That absolutely hits. It constricts around the huge giant crab. So, let me read this real quick. Does it
Squeeze.
apply restrain or grapple? It is
Scrapple.
restrained. Okay. Where is the restrain? Help me, Foundry. Okay. You guys watch as half of Vespa's body is like draped up on the side of the ship, and the other half is just winding around this giant crab.
What a good girl.
Get her. Get her. Get him.
The giant crab takes a bunch of bludgeoning damage. Okay. Not a bunch, but some. And Aaron, you find yourself even moving less than you were a moment ago as a snake that is as thick as a tree trunk wraps itself all the way around the crab multiple times.
Incredible.
That's
And Aaron's just
Captain Naga's
intermingled
turn.
with all of that.
Yeah.
It's okay. Aaron's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. No, I'm just kidding.
Aaron, you are grappled, but the creature grappling you cannot seem to move at all, so what do you do?
I was looking at Disco. Who the fuck just said that shit? I'm just
You can Misty Step, right?
So, bonus action Misty Step.
Hey.
Yeah. All right.
Get yourself out of Dodge, man.
Where do
Nope.
you-
And I'm
this is-
gonna as close to Guy as humanly possible. We're gonna become real good friends soon here.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna be Guy. Well, no, actually,
Hey,
Guy is
bud.
right in this area, right between you two. My new friends. Okay, we got two of those other peoples. Those are problems too. Okay, well, that was a bonus action, so I guess I will actually blast the other two fishmen thing, one at each.
Fishman.
Yeah, that one flipped me off.
Which way? Who flipped which one off?
The one right in front of you flipped me off.
Oh,
He
really?
flipped you off.
Yeah.
Both blasted that one?
Okay.
How dare you? 26 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Oh, we don't abide rudeness on this ship.
We do not abide the rudeness. That is 10 damage. And then...
Do you blast it off the ship?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit with the second attack, though. I won't with the first one, I'll hit with the second one. 22 to hit.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
God.
hits.
You could juggle like fucking Marvel versus Capcom. Blast it into the air and then blast it
Yep.
again.
And then 12 more damage, and I will repel this one away.
All right, he is sent off the prow of the ship into the water.
Bye.
And free action, give it the finger on the way.
You do that. You're not sure if it can see you as it's currently flipping head over feet, but you do that.
It got the idea.
The intent was there.
The idea.
It understands it's not welcome.
All right, Aaron, that's your turn. Renata.
I feel so exposed. She is going to take out her gigantic war bow that she's never used. I'm really down spell slots. And she's gonna draw back.
So all of you see this bow that is literally as tall as Renata is, and as she pulls it back, you hear just this of the creaking of the bow's limbs. It is apparently impressively hard to draw. Go ahead and roll your attack with the war bow.
Spindly little arm pulls it back, and please roll good. That's good. 26.
That's really good.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Or 15.
15 points of damage. This warbow, you all hear just
Flashing.
and this enormous arrow just and blasts into the shell, cracking into it and splintering, and you see this blue Icarus blood seeping out of it. The giant crab is below half health. Arya. As the giant crab is reduced beyond half health, you hear whispers
Fascinating.
seeming to almost like escape from its shell.
Oh
They're brief, but they're definitely there, and you hear humanoid voices that seem to vanish into the air.
8. The ghosts?
It's stuffed
Yeah,
with
that's-
souls.
That's fascinating.
Or the ghosts are what's corrupting? Oh, that's weird.
There's a
I
soul in each
know.
limb.
Renata, you have a bonus action?
Her bonus action is to look at Guy and give him the thumbs up.
Guy looks back at her very, like, kind of confused and not quite disgusted, but, like, he's like, something does not add up here about what I am seeing in front of me.
Scythe, you're up.
She is saddened by the lack of reciprocation in the thumbs up department. but-
Sorry. Like, he's been awake for, like, 4 seconds.
Hasn't had coffee yet. I get it.
I'm gonna. Can I stab the crab without hitting the snake?
Yes, you actually have advantage on your attacks on the crab because it is restrained.
Excellent.
She, like, makes a hole with her body. She, like, scoots. Right here.
Landing light.
For a moment, you think Vespa the snake is like looking back at you guys with like a smile, but you realize what it's actually doing is its mouth is open and it's looking for a spot to bite the shit out of the crab, but it just kind of looks like it's just looking at you.
We anthropomorphize. Yeah.
Aw.
Alright, there's some damages.
9 points of damage, okay.
Oh, unhinged by jaw and solidarity. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
I'm kidding. Guy is not kidding.
You okay?
Yeah.
Aaron looks interested.
Nope. Didn't happen.
Happens.
So
My stars.
there's a Sahuagin that is threatening Aaron right now.
Threatening everybody. Positioning on the boat
Right,
is
but-
kind of everyone all at once.
Okay.
Hit anybody.
Well, I'm gonna stab that Sahuagin.
Sure.
Stabbing.
Smack.
Go roll.
So that's 13
Hi.
damages.
Okay.
Hi.
13 damages.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my turn.
Any bonus action?
Not really.
Okay.
My bonus action is just yelling.
That's fine. Let's see here. Guy,
Mm-hmm.
this fishy lad seems to climb around the side of the ship and is going to try and is going to get you.
AC 15 right now.
Okay. How about a 2? All right.
I mean, I don't.
I'll
dodge that
it
one.
tries again. It tries again. That's a 19 to hit. All right.
That hits me.
You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And as it stabs you, does that... No, you're fine. Okay, never mind. Nothing happens. All right, this one... Aaron, you're currently threatened by this one. According to Scythe. It's going to try and poke you. How about a 12 to hit?
It does not hit.
It's going to try again. I rolled exactly the same die. Okay. Next. This next fishy lad. The one that was launched off the front of the ship. It stays in
Come
the
back.
water,
Damn it.
and it's going to start throwing javelins.
No, I was gonna make a fillet out of you.
Don't worry, there's this one
And
here.
it's going to throw a javelin at you, guy.
I don't want that.
It's a dirty 20 to hit you, guy.
Yep, that definitely hits.
That's 11 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
The other one is going at Renata.
No.
Natural 1.
Hooray!
Guy, you're
I'm
up.
very Hello. Okay. Oh, I will just,
You have this
I know-
javelin that's like made of coral and fish scale just sticking out of your shoulder right now.
Ow, that sucks a lot, actually. So I can do a cantrip and a spell, right? If I've got, yeah. Okay.
Yes. At the beginning of your turn, which is now, I need you to make a con save.
Okay. I can do that. Oh nope, I can't do that.
You did not do that. You take.
I rolled a 1.
You did roll a 1. You suffer 3 points of bleeding damage,
Ew.
and you cannot have your heal. You cannot be healed until you stop bleeding.
Okay. Well, that's fine. No, you know what? I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I look fine, and I will.
Where this javelin falls out, a guy just blood.
It's raining. It's dark.
Sure.
Yeah. Ow, ow, ow. Guy says, and I'm gonna fire bolt back at him.
You fire a bolt or fire bolt?
No, I cast firebolt at him because I am a sorcerer. Does 17 hit?
Yeah. Yes. 17 hits.
That's good. And then I do, wow, like no damage. 5 damage.
Oof.
Yeah,
All right.
that was a big oof.
It seems like the firebolt loses a lot of its mass and energy from the very rain coming crashing down. And when it finally gets to this creature, it just is like a little ember that burns them a little.
Yeah, and Guy looks down at the blood that is drip dropping quite concerningly from his wound, and instead he looks over at Aaron and goes, "Hey, bud," and I am going to cast Healing Word at 3rd level on Aaron.
Okay. Aaron, you heal
Hey,
for
bud.
this coming number. 21.
21 damn points of damage.
Nice.
Yay! Wow.
Looking good.
Aaron is learning about friendship.
Against his will.
And that's my turn.
Aria, you're up.
Yeah. So that guy threw a javelin at Guy. So of course Arya turns
was Irish.
immediately and shoots at him.
Yep, please, please.
Javelin
Javelin doesn't
her.
look good, bud.
Bow of certain death.
I'm fine. It's a flesh wound. It's just
Um,
like all my
this
flesh,
is
though. That's the problem.
Made at advantage.
All of
'cause
my
she's not
flesh is wounded.
moving. Does 19 hit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get his ass.
Okay. Hold on. 1d6 plus 5. So 9. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna drop a die for poison on this guy, because fuck him for throwing a javelin. DC con is 16.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Okay.
fucking
Hardy
fish
bitch
fillet.
fish.
Okay. That's fine.
I mean,
Oh wait, no, that's wrong. Sorry, I dropped a die.
You could just remove the last one rolled.
Yeah, just remove the last one, the
So it's
4.
14.
14 damage. He dies.
14.
yay.
Hooray!
Awesome.
So,
Fuck him.
as he resists the
and-
poison, he then slumps over in the water.
Okay. And as he dies, we are gonna go back to the crab, who hears his dying cry from the grave. So 7 damage on the crab.
What kind of damage?
Is it psychic?
It
Psychic,
is. Hold
necrotic?
on. It is necrotic.
It does not care.
It cares not for its companions.
Well, that's rude.
He absorbs them.
It's rude.
Get
That's
in
true.
here.
They seem to be stuffed into his shell.
You know.
My apologies. Is there anything else in your turn, Arya?
No, she is gonna like look back to the crab and try to like listen as the guy dies.
Roll perception.
It's like putting
I'm
your
not
ear to a
dying.
seashell.
Where is it? Wait, does
roll.
blessing? Wait.
Bless does not
That's
affect
blessing.
a skill check.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Oh, it does
Okay.
affect
Okay, needed
saving
it,
throw.
though.
Well, I rolled a 1. Actually, never mind. I don't think Bless would have helped me there.
Okay. What you hear, I need you to roll me a d8.
Okay.
Heaven.
7.
Jamming out to the combat music.
Yeah.
Damn. Really the
Uh,
fuck am.
Tasty bass lick.
Wah.
Well,
Crying baby?
I don't want to jam out to
That's what
that.
she hears.
Not at all.
okay. you hear, It's warm. I thought it would be cold.
Inside the crab.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what you
Hate
In the
it.
meat? Yeah.
Crab
No.
meat.
Gross. No.
Huh,
Ew.
guys.
No, it's
Take
fine.
your weird
We don't
necro
know.
crab and go.
Arya's just learning weird shit. Just
She's like haunted. You guys are like, we're just fighting.
yeah. Looks like crab legs tonight, boys.
Meat's back on the menu,
On the
boys.
menu, boys. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Or like when all the voices were translated to normal English guys. Meat's back on the menu, boys. Yeah.
Yay, yeah.
Hooray.
Yay, yeah.
All right, it's Arya, is that your turn?
Yeah.
It's now Albie's turn. Albie is going to he's looking down over the crow's nest and he sees Guy has a fishy lad right next to him and the crab is restrained. So Albie like turns its attention to the one right next to Guy and says, "Hold fast or hold nothing!" And he shoots an arrow.
I like that one.
That's a definite hit. It's a natural 19, so hold on. 7 plus sneak attack. Okay, 17, 20 points of damage to the fish monster next to you, Guy. You see an arrow just like right into the top of its head, like sticking straight up. Ugh.
Damn, good hit.
So you give him a thumbs up.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
That's what happens when you keep weird, mysterious things from people. They find out, and it takes them a second. They're like, guess I'm processing that right now.
When you say good hit, he like from above you just hear, "A bird at sea ain't normal, but here we are."
That's a good
I feel
point.
that right now.
You don't understand it.
It's about the vibe. You have to feel it more than understand it.
I don't feel the vibe at all.
Yeah, it's like
I
that
know,
movie,
man.
that
I
Christopher Nolan movie that like you don't have to think about it, just feel it.
The huge giant crab is going to recoil and try and slash at Vespa. And
God help
Oh,
him.
It's also
better
going-
don't. It better don't.
calm down. It's going to hit any adjacent creatures, which means Spring and Scythe are also at risk. But it's all
It
at
has
disadvantage because it's restrained. So the one on Vespa, that's a natural one. Okay, so Scythe.
Natural 20.
A 13 doesn't hit you, I imagine.
Nope.
And Spring. Oh, a natural 20 and a 6. Doesn't hit you.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah!
I'm like, oh no.
Did I manifest that?
Yeah.
Okay, this hulking crab, big but not as big, spends all its movement and gets up to the back of the ship.
Baby.
Yeah, this little guy.
The baby.
And it's going to attack Captain Naga.
How is he looking, by the way? He took some hits.
Naga is- I guess
Captain Naga is below half.
Weesh.
No.
It's
Noted.
gonna be rough if our captain does.
Well, it's our
Yeah,
ship
that
then,
would
I
be
guess.
rough. Is that the way it is?
Oh.
Do any of you have proficiency in vehicle tools? Or Water
No, I
vehicles?
don't think any of us have water vehicle proficiency.
Albie probably does.
Scythe was working on it, but she didn't get that far.
We gotta save Naga because Vespa will be so sad.
That's true.
Also, he is helpful and stuff.
And also, like, in addition,
Vespas.
yes, I was
Vespa's
yes.
the one
As-
that I care about.
as all of you discuss his longevity as your captain, he takes 20 points of slashing damage. And that's his turn. Spring, you're up.
Terrible people were awful.
Okay.
You will hear from the
Spring-
helm, help would be appreciated.
For Naga, is that Naga saying that?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, Spring was definitely going to swing on this big crab, but she will instead swing on this little crab.
It's still
And
it's still enormous.
Yeah, this is still big.
Comparatively little.
Yeah.
Comparatively little. Echo, this is a question that is only just occurring to me. I explicitly can attack twice on my action, like an attack action, but can I
Uh-huh.
also, is it just a monk thing to be able to like also punch with your bonus action, or could I theoretically also punch with my bonus
Are
action?
you holding anything in your hands?
No.
Then
I've got my thunder gauntlets on, that's
so
all.
the idea of using an unarmed strike is based off of the bonus action 2-weapon fighting. It is my opinion that your fist is applicable as a light weapon in which you are proficient with.
Seems
So
real.
I
Yep.
say 2-weapon fighting applies if you're just punching or kicking or headbutting. It's not just for monks. The difference is
Phenomenal.
monks get to add a d4 to their unarmed strike, which is why it comes up. You, using your armored gauntlets, I don't see why that wouldn't also count as a punch. So
Hell yeah! Love that for me. Okay, cool. I'm going to attack thrice then.
I will ask,
Uh,
the damage bonus, is it based off your intelligence?
it's based on my intelligence, yeah.
That's fine then. If it was based off your dex or strength, I would remove that from the bonus action attack.
Yeah.
But because it's based on the artifact that you've created to make your attacks with, I'm fine with that addition. Go ahead.
Hell yeah. Cool. 23 to hit for the first strike.
And you're hitting the little crab attacking Naga, or you're hitting the big crab? Okay.
The little crab attacking Naga, yeah.
Okay. Takes 9 points of thunder damage.
9 points of thunder damage on the first strike. 14 on the second. I don't know if that hits.
14 does not hit. Their shell is remarkably tough.
Okay. Last strike.
Did you
23
add
again.
The bless.
Oh, I didn't
your
add
roll?
bless. You are right. I am blessed. I did not add bless.
Your hashtag
Thank
bless,
you.
baby.
I am hashtag blessed.
3.
That's an extra 3.
Makes
So
it a
17 to hit?
17. 17 hits.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
So what actually happens is, as the bless takes effect, the bless is the bonus that lets you hit. Where you're striking the crab's shell, you see that the thunder gauntlet connects with this large cluster of what you thought was shell, but was actually like barnacles and algae and just seaweed that are bound up on the shell. The thunder slams into it, and you watch as it's almost as if radiant light burns that muck away as the gauntlet connects with it, and then poof, slams into the actual hard shell.
Oh, your religious spring
Aha!
kind of grimaces a little bit.
Damn it, I hate this evidence in front of me. All right, so that's 9 plus.
Okay, so it's a 9 more thunder damage,
Okay.
and then 6 more for the last strike.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm gonna flavor it that she got a 1 for damage on the last strike because she was so like a little bit like.
Everyone finds
flustered.
Renata off-putting.
I don't.
It's not,
don't, Renata.
It's not
You're
Renata.
fine.
It's
You
not
are,
Renata. It's the concept of being helped by a god.
That is
It's
Renata.
This
It
is
might-
a
it
spring.
might be
This is
Renata.
a spring problem, not a Renata problem.
That's the problem.
I like that Arya is the one not bothered by Renata, the one who talks to the dead and sees creepy
Yeah,
shit all
right.
the time.
It's perfect.
It's now Captain Naga's turn. He like looks at the situation, this crab behind him, and he just looks at you, Spring, and says, "Thank you kindly." And he pulls out
Sure
a
thing,
short
Cap.
sword, and he's going to thrust with it on the crab. Because he can't go anywhere. Or he can, but he's not going to. That hits. His magical short sword cuts right into the meat of the crab, dealing 9 points of piercing damage. And he swings again and rolls a natural 1. All right. Aaron, you're up. Oh, I'm sorry. Vespa is going to bite and constrict the giant crab it's holding on to right now.
I hope she eats him.
Get through that shell.
Swallows up.
She has advantage from the constrict. Natural 20.
Vespa!
Okay, so that's
Oh,
12 plus 4 is 16 plus 22 points of damage on the bite. And then the constrict. Okay. An additional 10. As this huge giant crab's shell is like blistering and cracking, and you see all these splintering web-like fractures occurring through the shell underneath the massive weight of this enormous snake. The crab is like flinching and shifting and trying to like move its arms up to push the snake off, but Vespa appears vastly too strong for that to happen. It's now Aaron's turn. You're no longer grappled. What do you do, Aaron?
After hearing Captain Naga yell for help, Aaron will turn back, extend his hand. I will cast Hex on the smaller crab as a bonus action.
As a note, you did see the bigger crab not care about necrotic damage earlier.
Oh. Scratch that. Never happened. Oh, cool. That makes it something that I wanted to flavor better. So he'll still turn towards Captain Naga, extend his hand, and some very dark mist is going to kind of come out there. And I am going to actually instead cast something I haven't done yet, which is Hunger of Hadar.
Oh, okay.
And I will, let's see, line it up just like that.
Yes.
What does that look like?
Exactly what it sounds like. Milky
It's so
tentacles.
big. Big milky tentacles.
Something Aaron has
Oh, not back
never
there.
heard before.
Rude.
Spring is like briefly concerned that there's another sea monster in the.
Right, tentacles. Scary.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Please roll me 2d6 cold damage immediately.
Okay.
The crab has 7. The crab is going to fail on that dex save with an 11. So it takes 7. And you hear the roiling underneath the water as the Hunger of Hadar seems to have also assailed a creature you didn't know was there.
Good job,
shit.
Aaron.
Oh.
He knew that. He was playing strategically.
So taking damage and recoiling from the Hunger of Hadar reveals itself another crab is submerged and struggling in the Hunger of Hadar. Okay. Anything else in your turn, Aaron?
Any bonus actions that I can utilize? No.
All right,
So
Renata.
no.
Renata, you're up.
She will look at Captain Naga and she will cast Healing Word and just say, "I've got you, Captain." And she's going to cast that at 2nd level. He looks pretty beat up. He gets 13 points back.
Okay.
And I get, hold on. I should know this, but I don't know anything. Whenever you use a 1st level spell or higher to restore HP, the creature gains an additional HP. Oh, it did that already. I'm looking for the one for me. 2 plus the spell's level, I get 4 temp back? I don't know anything.
That was just
Rough,
your bonus
buddy.
action.
Yes, sorry, I get 4 hit points back. I wasn't sure if it was temp or regular. So I'll add that, but she will use her action to warbow the one that Vespa is holding on to.
Okay. You have advantage on the attack.
25 to hit. Okay, I'll do it again.
It is restrained.
Okay, well, 25 was the better roll.
You hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 16 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Renata, you draw back the warbow, and as you loose the arrow, you slay the huge giant crab. How do you do that?
Hell yeah.
I think as it's like being constricted and it's cracking further and further in Vespa's grasp, its little mouth, its crabby little mouth opens up to like shriek, and she just kind of like sends it home right into its mouth.
Okay. You say goodbye to that arrow as it enters the mandibles of this enormous crab. And as the arrow punches through, the entire crab just suddenly falls limp. And Vespa releases it, where it begins to just float upside down on the water. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes, indeed.
Scythe, you're up.
Well, I guess I'm going to stab that guy since the big crab is dead and I can't see the one that's underneath.
Sure.
I mean, there's these. but
They're in Hunger of Hadar, so they are technically
Yeah, so I
completely
don't-
hidden from you.
I don't want to. Okay. So this guy. Fuck
Yep.
him.
Okay.
The glaive.
Nice.
16 hits. Oh,
No,
that's
that was the
damage.
damage.
Okay.
The 24 was the hit. To the hit.
Well, absolutely 16 damage to the guy. He doesn't like it.
Okay, I'm gonna give him another serving. Wow. Same roll. On
Still hits.
on attack, so slightly less on damage, but still pretty good.
Nice.
12.
It is bloodied, but still up.
Okay. I don't have a bonus action I want to use, so that's
Okay.
Okay.
This fishy lad is going to rear back up, and it's going to attack Arya.
You motherfucker.
Okay, that's a 21 to hit.
It hits.
You get stabbied by a coral spear for 11 points of piercing damage. And then it's going to try again. Natural 20.
It hits. Of course.
Oh no. Why do I not have silvery barbs? What kind of bard am I?
What?
I also don't have anything.
Okay.
did I do?
That's 12. 25 points of piercing damage to you, Arya, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Sure.
I got you.
Do I have the D4 for this?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
For blessed? Okay.
Oh no!
I'm afraid even with
Oh,
Bless.
no!
Oh, that was with
That was a
Bless.
natural
Jesus
one.
Christ. Okay.
Oh no!
Okay.
Arya, you take an additional 8 points of bleed damage, and your health cannot be restored until you stop bleeding.
Okay, so 11, 25, and 8.
Correct.
Oh my god!
How
Are you
how
okay?
do we stop bleeding?
Con
Medicine-
save
like
at the beginning of
medicine check?
either a con save at the beginning of your turn or a medicine check by somebody else.
Oh my god, she's spurting.
So
That's red blood. That's bad.
The first spear's hit gets you in the arm, and as you recoil from it, the second one gets you right in the center of the gut, and blood is
That's
just
not good.
spilling right down your abdomen, and it hurts terribly.
Oh no!
You guys notice Arya go for her gut, and she staggers over.
Oh no! I can fix that. Hold on, Arya.
That's that fishy monster's turn. This fishy monster is, well, Arya, it sees you bleeding brutally, and it's blood frenzying.
no.
Hold on a minute.
Blood.
Oh no! Your health is so low.
So it's going to attack you with advantage, Arya. That's a 16 to hit.
It does not hit.
I'm so glad you
Okay.
put your armor on. Or you sleep in your armor.
Mhm.
This is just gonna teach her to always sleep in her armor.
It's
Yeah.
attacking
Yeah.
again. That's worse. That's a 13 to hit. Okay. It misses. Guy, you're up.
Okay. Do I make a con save? 'Cause
Yes,
I'm also
you are making a
bleeding?
con save right now.
Okay. I got that plus a 1d4
10.
on. And okay, a 13 probably isn't going to do it. So I'm actually going to, because I am favored by the gods, I am going to be like, I help Jamino. This sucks, and it's actually an 18 instead of a 13.
Okay.
Jimmy, no.
You succeed. You're no longer bleeding. You take one more point of damage, and it's over.
Okay. Ow.
Your health can now be restored by normal means.
Oh God, I'm not good at medicine. Renata said she has it. Oh.
It's my job.
You
Yeah,
see,
okay.
next to you, Arya's waist and trousers are just red.
I tried my best to get in front of her, and I am going to attack these motherfuckers.
Do you have interception or
No,
Okay.
no, it's flavor
It's
more than
Gotcha.
like
emotional.
Okay,
she's
understood.
literally just trying. Okay, and here is my rapier.
That hits.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. 14. Ooh, +5. 19 damage. I stab it right through its gills.
Okay. Yeah, it hurts a lot.
And we're gonna go again. That's. Hang on. I also have Bless. 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, 20 to hit. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits. Another
9 + 5 is 14. 13, 14. Yeah.
14 points of damage. Okay.
Yep.
He's this fishy lad is also bloodied.
Yeah, he stabs into it, center mass, as hard as he can twice, and that is, well, no, I have a bonus action. I can't heal Arya. How bad does the captain look now?
He's below half, but he's not critical anymore.
Echo, he gets 4. I did the math wrong. He gets another 4 because of Disciple of Life. I thought it was factored into the roll automatically, but wasn't.
Okay. He's still bloody. He's still bloodied, but he doesn't look as bad as before.
But
Or
he's
better than before as well.
over by those crabs, and he is our captain, so I'm also gonna healing word him. You know, just so that we aren't stranded at sea. And it will be a level 2 for 17.
Okay.
Damn.
He
Good
looks he's above half now. He kind of rolls his shoulders and he says, "Well, I feel much better."
Oh, okay. Well, that's the end of my turn. Even though Guy feels really bad, he can't help Arya.
Arya, it's not your turn. Please roll me a Constitution saving throw.
And Bless does apply to this, right?
Yes, it does. Okay, it was pretty
That is
good.
a success.
Whew.
You take
Oh my
one
God.
more point of damage and you stop bleeding.
Nice.
She can be healed now, right?
You can be healed now.
Okay.
So she's holding her guts in still.
I mean, yeah.
So before she attacks anybody, she's gonna take a second. Can she hear? Like, I know as a player that there's another crab, out there getting hungered, and then we see this other crab. Do I hear? Does Arya hear any other crabs? Like, could she hear like what she heard from the big crab anywhere else in the ocean? Like, she's trying to figure out if there's more coming. Like, if this is just a nonstop assault.
Roll investigation.
Investigation. No.
With a 17, you look out on the waters, and while the waters are pretty rough, what you can hear is what seems to be like the whispers of the spirits from the giant crab behind you are sinking. They are vanishing.
Okay.
You don't
So
you don't hear anything else.
okay, so it doesn't seem like a nonstop assault. Okay, cool. She won't say that then. Instead, she is going to what was the? I guess did she attack either of these guys last time? I don't remember.
They're both below half.
Yeah, no, but did she attack one of them? Which
have
one
you
was the
been
javelin
doing?
one guy? Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
The
Okay,
javelin
never mind.
fellow is dead as hell. With a middle finger up in the air.
So she's not gonna move. She's gonna use steady aim to get advantage against this guy in front of her that stabbed her. She's going to shoot a crossbow or a bow at his face.
Okay. That hits.
Oh, plus. Okay. Cool. Damage normal. Hold on. So it's 10 damage.
Okay.
And then she's going to drop Oh no, she's just gonna do all the sneak damage as she shoots an arrow at his face. Sneakily.
Yeah. He didn't seem to expect it. All right, so 10 points of damage?
10 plus 10, yeah.
Got it.
20 altogether.
The creature is still alive, but barely.
Okay, and then the guy next to him,
You mean guy?
no, his friend, his buddy, his pal, who's all bloodlusted, he is gonna take that in necrotic.
8 points of damage. Okay. All right. That happens. Both of the creatures recoil from the damage they receive. Anything else on your
And
turn?
then she spits blood on him.
Take
She's
that.
not bleeding from the mouth.
Okay. Leaning over the crow's nest area, you hear from above, "Still breathing? Good." And then an arrow is going to come flying down as Albie takes a shot. And hits with a natural 18.
Oh my
that's
God.
7 plus
You're
13,
bad.
15, 19 points of
I'm checking out
damage.
Echo or Brom.
Brom, he was very naughty. You're bad.
Bad Brom.
Borf.
What did he do?
This fish lad is destroyed. It's Albie's turn. This crab, beginning its turn in the Hunger of Hadar, is going to try and move and get out of it.
At the beginning of his turn, he takes damage, though.
I thought it was at the end.
It's at the end of his
Gordon, you
turn. However, I had you deal the damage the instant you cast it because I don't want to deal with keeping track of this
On my thing here in the Foundry, it says any creature that starts its turn takes 2d6 cold, and then any creature that ends its turn does a dexterity.
Oh
takes 2d6
shit, that's
half.
even better.
Correct. Except when you cast the spell, the damage that they would take at the beginning of its turn, I just had you deal it right then.
Oh, gotcha. So this is the damage. Here he took the damage before. This is the crab that instantly took the damage. Okay.
Yes. It's going to surge around and get... It's at half speed right now, right? It's difficult terrain. It can't actually get out of it with just a movement, so it's going to have to dash. So it spends its full move and ends up over here, and it cannot make an attack. What is happening? Oh. All right. Brum. Nonsense. This one
Nonsense.
is blind. The Hunger of Hadar.
So he took the damage too, then, right? They both took.
They both
the same
took that
amount of
damage.
Okay.
Surges
Push him
up
back
this
in
way.
with your Eldritch Blasty Blasts.
And as it comes out of the water, Aaron's coming for you. That's a 2.
Not it.
I'm aware. It's going to try again.
Just to say.
That's a 19 to hit.
That does it.
Okay, so that's 3d10.
3d10. Ow.
Big crabs. 10, 13, 19 points of slashing damage to Aaron.
All right. Gotta do a con saving.
DC 10.
DC 10. But I have advantage.
You succeed.
All right. Good.
It's now Spring's turn. Spring, you see these 2 crabs are surging up on the other side of the boat, looking like frost and ice are like breaking out of their shell. You don't know where the hell that could have come from, except perhaps the abyss of black void above the water, where you see the water is freezing where it touches it.
I think. Are there literally tentacles coming out of it too?
Yeah.
The other crab
I
got
think
out.
Spring is going to be like,
They both got
should we
out
be worried
barely.
about that? Should we be worried about that? And is gonna. I think she's gonna, seeing how her companions are bleeding. I think she's gonna focus on this last Swagan creature first.
Yep.
How is it looking? Is it looking like?
Oh, looks fucked up.
It looks fucked up. Okay. Hopefully she can get it out with one hit here. That's the hope. 14, but I'm
You bless,
blessed. Hashtag
Nice.
blessed. Ooh, that's a 4. 18.
You hit.
Thank you, Renata.
I do my best.
Once again, Spring is like glad to have hit, but also unsettled, especially because it's clear that she would not have without it. Great that this is happening to Spring. 9 points of thunder damage to this
Oh
thing.
no, my perspective's being
So
challenged.
in this case, because it's not like a hardened shell, but it's a sea monster dodging the blow, but you hit anyway. The Sahuagin like dips to the side, and you feel your arm, like there's like a radiant glow on your elbow, and you feel your arm get shoved supernaturally to the left, and it connects anyway.
No, Spring
Like,
hates it.
rude.
Spring hates
I would have rather missed.
it. Yeah, right.
At least I would have done it on my own.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool
string
to be
is-
favored by the gods.
It's real cool.
Is this thing still up?
Yeah. I think
Better roll
these
her
are just the
first.
Thunder Gauntlets of 9 damage, because that's what they've rolled literally every time.
Yeah, I keep rolling 4s. Ah, that's a 1.
9 to hit. No, I'm afraid not.
It hurt you, and it was like
No,
that.
it's a 9. Alright, I
They're
got
9
one less.
gauntlets.
9 gauntlets. Alright, let's see if I roll more than 9.
That hits.
9.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Less than 9.
Okay.
7.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
7.
I've
Less
cursed
than
you.
9.
Mm-hmm.
It is still up barely. It's like doing the cartoony birds are flying in a tiny circle around its head.
I'm gonna like Spring is gonna like grin at it and go, "You want to hit me back?"
Mm-hmm.
You suspect it doesnst speak common.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
It
then
speaks sign
Spring-
language. Flip it off.
Yeah, Spring will say it. Spring will say it in Primordial then, in Aquan.
Okay, you hear in Aquan, your flesh will be delicious.
Come and
Calling
get
you
me.
a snack.
Yeah, come and get me.
Well, on my turn.
He is actively trying to dissuade it from attacking Maria.
Okay. Captain
all
Naga
right.
is going to use his bonus action to designate a target. He focuses on this crab,
Quab.
and he's going to shoot it with his bow. It's a hit.
Cooking up in the Quab lab.
He hits it for 10 points of piercing damage. And then as his bonus action, Vespa slithers over the entire ship.
Oh, I love it.
Just right between all of you. This enormous snake, the whole boat like listing as...
Can I give her a pat? She passes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Does she feel
We'll
good?
touch her for
She
luck.
fails.
You don't know.
Target does not
It's like
She-
a petting zoo where you get to hold the python.
The giant constrictor snake that is Vespa slithers over the side of the ship and is going to try and constrict this halting crab.
Hmm.
That is a dirty 20, so
Get him, girl.
gets the constrict off. Now it's time for a contest. 7 points of bludgeoning. Hold on. And that is a dirty 20 from Vespa versus a 7 from the snake. Wow. From the 7 from the crab. So the crab is now restrained. Aaron, you're up.
Question: has the ship's kind of come to a halt during this whole thing? Because this was right after we saved the guy, right? We hadn't got underway yet again.
You guys were taking a long rest,
Sweeping.
so you were not moving.
Okay.
The ship was anchored.
I know. I'm laughing because I was thinking what Aaron would do. All right, fine.
What would Aaron do?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Before he goes, he'll look over at Scythe and yell to Scythe, like, Scythe! There. Right there. Sow.
I'm here.
Okay.
Just listening.
I just yell at Scythe, like, you got me no matter what?
That's a question.
That's a
Yes.
question. And he just nods. He's going to run to the front of the ship. And he's going to jump off the side.
Port or starboard?
I don't know those. Right.
The easiest way to remember it in my mind is starboard is a longer word. Right is a longer word.
Okay. Yeah, he'll go as far up to the top as he could get there, jump off, and move starboard. And as far as he could get towards, like, where the fuck? I can't tag shit. I don't know.
Hold
Wherever my
mouse
mouse
button.
is.
Hold mouse button. That's a ping.
Like, if I could get over there.
So it's 5 feet of movement to move anywhere on the ship. You jump off, and then you move. You have 25 feet of movement left. Do you have water walking or flight, or are you just swimming?
I'm swimming.
Roll me athletics.
You're strong, right?
Nope.
That 0 spoke for
I
itself.
just like
I suppose.
watches him run by and jump off with like a frown, just like
Hold on.
what is
Hold on. I'm using Dark One's own luck on this. I'll ask for Turn's help to swim.
just lean over the side, just watching, like
Is he doing
19 now.
As you jump off and you use Dark One's own luck, you hear it. Come on, just raise your pelvis. You're good at that.
Woo! Turn.
Yeah, you successfully swim your full movement out to 20 feet.
And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast this guy.
Are you trying to
twice.
push them into the Hadar?
don't you do it.
Good.
Criminal.
That's crazy. I love it.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
He's not gripping the ship this time.
That's
Grip that
true,
shit.
but there is stuff in the way.
Bump shit, I don't know.
It's-
I would do the big one, but I don't want to hurt Vespa. The other one. I'll try.
Understood.
The other big one.
Go ahead. Roll the attack. 22 to
22.
hit. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Seven, and then move dice.
And then you
There we
shove it
go.
10 feet.
Yep.
Okay. Move 10 feet.
Ah, damn it.
You almost got it in there.
I used my Dark One's own luck already, too.
Do you have an inspo?
I do! I
You can
do!
roll it.
Okay. Go if you can roll it again if you want with that inspo.
Do it.
No, I'm thinking of riskier thing. No, I'm just gonna roll it. I'm just gonna roll it. Okay.
I'm afraid a 13 does not hit.
Buddy.
You could
Aw.
push it.
You could push it. You should always push it.
Pushing it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh,
I
no.
love you!
I told you this, Echo. I remember you were like, Ped's gonna always try to get you to push it, and I go, and I'm not gonna resist it ever. If I die, I die.
I respect that so much.
Okay.
Do it.
You push it, roll it again.
Did you want to be on camera?
No.
That's what I thought, that I wouldn't walk in front of me. I'm playing my D&D game. Okay, what do I gotta roll? The attack?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just rolling the attack again.
But succeed this time, please.
Please roll better. Please roll better.
You need to hit a 17.
Pushing it is always worth
Oh
it.
my god.
And nobody learned a lesson this day.
Not a single one.
That's how I live my life.
24 you hit. Go ahead and roll damage, and I assume you push it again.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 feet.
Push it.
Into the dark.
Okay, it takes another 8 points of damage.
Why am I sweating? Is it hot in here? I'm sweating. And you're gonna get me killed because every time you say push it, I'm just gonna be like, yes.
Okay.
All right. So, for everyone, what you watched is this crab surfaces, ice bristling all over it as it's like trying to swim up to the side of the ship. Aaron jumps off the starboard side of the prow of the ship into the water, swims out. For a moment, you see him just and is just completely submerged. You don't see him anymore. And then it
Arya's
seems as
holding
though
her-
this Arya does what?
Sorry. I didn't realize you were still talking. Sorry.
All good. Red light and black energy swirls from beneath the water, and you suddenly see Aaron just resurface, swimming like a madman. The wake seems to bristle with this iridescent red and gold and black light. And then he like whips around and just and 2 Eldritch blasts. This giant crab is like somersaulting in the water, rolling back towards this huge inky void. And finally, with the second blast, it vanishes into the darkness. Aaron, you're now treading water, and that's where your turn ends, I believe.
Yep, and another crab just comes up right below him.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Renata, it's your turn.
Okay, I have 2 ways I can heal Arya, but I need to know, Arya, what is your max hit points that you heal up to?
52.
And what are you at right now?
6.
6? Okay, hold on. And so what is half of 52? Can someone tell me that?
26.
26. So I can give you 20 back with my Channel Divinity Preserve Life. I can't heal you more than your max hit points, but I have 35 hit points to heal, so like a pool to divide out, but I can't heal more than your half your max.
Not to tell a doctor how to do their job.
So I'm going to give you 20 points back because that is exactly half your maximum hit points.
Okay.
And I have 15 more than... Is anyone below half their maximum hit points right now? Aaron, are you?
Yeah, sorry. Go for talking about. Yes, I am. I'm below half.
What is your half and how much do you need to get there?
Never mind. I am
Are you
one
exactly
above half.
Damn it. Okay, well, that's all I can do. But I was trying to debate whether you got more healing from that or if I used my last first level spell slot, and you will get more with my Preserve Life, so I'm going to expend that. You have 20 back. That was my action.
How does Preserve Life work? Like, what does she do to Arya? She just like looks at her and like prays at her. What?
You know what? If I was smart, I would have thought of this in advance.
Oh,
so
sorry.
let me put a pin in that. But pretend it was cool.
Okay, I will.
There's lots of gold light.
She's like, oh,
Holy Night plays in the background, something like that.
She gets to stop holding her gut in.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cure wounds you with my healing word you with my bonus action. Because why not do both? Here you go. You get 10 plus 3 is 13 back as well.
Awesome.
And I get some back from that too. Now I'm done. More angelic course appear in the background. That is my turn.
More angelic chorus. A giant, like, armored dragonborn appears and says, "Stop it," and then disappears.
Sorry. I'll think of a better description.
Sai, that's your turn.
Okay. So Aaron asked if she had his back and then jumped into the water.
Yeah.
And
he seems to be kind of struggling with the water as well.
So
Weird.
Scythe is okay. I really want. This is dumb, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So, Scythe is gonna sort of run forward on the boat and then like attack this guy with her glaive. But she's gonna be attacking like while jumping because her plan is to jump over the guy and land in the water, but stab him on the way down.
Okay.
Because I think it looks cool.
It's gonna look so cool if it works.
So you're kind of like pole vaulting with your glaive in him? All right.
Yes.
Got it.
That is exactly what I'm doing. Pole vaulting is exactly what I was thinking of.
Nice.
I realize it is ridiculous. And I rolled shit,
And you
so
missed.
I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it reckless.
Okay.
But to be fair, what I'm describing
It
sounds
is pretty reckless.
Were you blessed?
Motherfucker.
No, you weren't blessed. Or did blessed?
I was not blessed. All right, I missed.
Sorry.
So you raise the glaive and you're charging him to pole vault, and you just you accidentally
missed.
stick it in the side of the ship and pole vault off that way.
Yeah. And then I splash in the water.
You still have a second attack.
Okay, I'll stab him.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
Why not?
It is an advantage because you're reckless.
Like, if I must.
23.
There we go.
Okay, so like you pole vault trying to hit him with it, and you jump over him, and he just like looks at you as you fall in the water, and he's like looking down to see what the hell happened, and then as you submerge, you just
Like
stab him in the
surface
face.
Stab.
Okay, you kill him.
Right. And then the rest of my movement, I'm just gonna go over here.
So as you kill
Hey,
him,
what are we?
he like looks back at Spring, like does the 2 fingers point at his own eyes, and then at you, Spring, and then dies.
Thanks, Scythe.
And that is my turn.
Okay,
That was badass.
I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the field a little bit here.
It's like, can we high five on that? I feel like that's a high five in the water.
Water high five.
Guy, it's now your turn.
Okay. Guys watches people jump in the water and swim off for like reasons. And then magic happens and he's like, oh, okay. First things first. Oh man, Arya looks so much better. That's good.
She's no longer holding her
Fuck a
side.
lot of
in.
tape.
That's good. That's good. And my guts are not spilling currently. We're in good shape. I'm gonna stab this crab.
Crap
Okay,
stab.
the crab is
Oh,
restrained
crab.
by Vespa. Go ahead and roll an attack with advantage.
Oh my gosh, Vespa, you're so beautiful. 22 to hit.
That hits.
12 points of piercing damage. And go again. Stab, stab in the crab. Yeah, it definitely hits. It's like a 30. Oh, and 15 points of damage on the second stab.
Okay, this big old crab is struggling and hating every moment of this.
Mm-hmm. And with my bonus act, well, he swam away. I don't know what's going on out there.
Something about getting
Fine.
value out of a spell, I think.
Yeah. I'm a bard.
Something
I don't
about it.
know what that's like.
So much value.
I think we're good. I think that's my turn.
Okay. Arya, you're up, and you're feeling a lot better. Now there's just a little round hole right in the middle of your armor, right in your abdomen.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to shoot at the crab.
Go for it. You have advantage?
Yeah, I always have advantage. Well, not always, but a lot of the time.
Have an advantage.
A 10 does not hit. But
Oof.
There should be a D4.
You're blessed.
it's not going to matter.
11. Damn it. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Wait, was that at advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled a
What?
2 and a 1.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
was
see.
rough.
I see.
It was one of those oof, ouch moments.
The adrenaline running through your veins from almost dying in one hit has just given you the shakes for that shot.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else I'm able to do on a bonus. Like I can run away and hide, but I can't really do that.
You could go below deck, but it would pull you like out of combat.
Yeah, I got none.
All right, so it's now Albie's turn. He looks over the crow's nest, looking at everybody slower, and he says in a slightly different way, "Still breathing? Good." And he's gonna shoot again. The one he can see, because the other one is in a Hunger of Hadar. That's a 21 to hit. Oh, he rolled dog shit. That's 8 points of damage. Including sneak attack.
Oof.
Yeah,
rough, buddy.
There's lots of ones. Best not to wake it. This crab is going to begin its turn in the Hunger of Dar. Please roll me the cold damage there.
Brr.
Er.
Nice.
6 points of damage. It fails its deck save.
I think it only has to do it at the end. If I can see.
I don't know.
Yeah, any creature that ends its turn must do a dex or take the 2d6 acid. So in the beginning, it just auto takes 2d6 cold.
Okay. It's going to swim back out. And it's going to surge up
Push it back
towards
in.
you guys.
Even with its restricted movement?
It doesn't have restricted movement once it gets out of the Hunger of Dar.
I know, I was just hoping it took away enough of its movement.
It
getting
just
out.
gets to Scythe. So it is slow enough that it cannot get to you, Aaron, which is great. It's going to make a couple of attacks.
So that she could eat some hits.
Yeah.
Good thing you asked her to come jump in and tank for you.
What I'm here for.
Yes.
You did reckless,
It is
so
what
it has
the tank is here
advantage.
for.
Natural
Yeah,
20.
it's fine. It's okay. I made
You're
adamantine.
adamantine, so it just hits. 3d10. Scythe, you take 10, 12, 17 points of slashing damage, and then it swings again. It hits again. That's a 24 to hit. 18, 28 points of slashing damage.
Okay, 14. All right.
That's its turn. This crab is going to try and break out of Vespa's grip. Contest. It fails. Okay, that's its turn. Spring, you're up.
Okay, which of the crabs looks more damaged, or do they both look pretty much the same?
They're pretty equally fucked up.
Okay, and I guess I can only reach one of these from the boat, right? Because the other one is.
I don't know. You might have rocket punches. I don't know.
I do not. I know that the punches are within 5
Be the
feet.
crimson
so
chin for
if
all I know. Yeah, go ahead and run up to melee.
Okay,
The
so I'm
crimson
to be clear, I'm only in melee with this one.
Understood. Yes,
Right.
you are only in melee with that.
Yeah, I could if I had a different armor, I could lightning launch at this other one, but I
course
don't.
you Go ahead and punch him.
Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and punch him.
If I brought my other suit, I could just shoot rockets at that one.
Okay, Tony. calm down.
And she crit.
Oh my fucking god.
Nice.
Yeah, you hit.
Yeah.
So that would be the crit is what 8 plus 5 is 13,
13
plus 10
18.
23 damage or 18.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you rolled 5. Okay, so you rolled 5. 5 plus 8 is 13, plus 5 is 18.
Yep.
How do you
18 thunder
kill
damage.
this hulking crab?
Yeah, Spring,
yeah.
hit him so hard you cook him in the shell.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna
Like a mantis
I
shrimp.
think
Yeah.
yeah, I think I think that like Spring is so kind of like freaked out by being kind of forcibly guided, even though it's for her own good. She kind of rears back and is like, I know what I'm doing, and really focuses. And just like and like the like I think she's gonna like jump up and kind of like anime slam it's like head like down into maybe not obviously not to like the bottom of the ocean, but like down into the water.
As you like jump up and like Superman punch to spike this giant crab down into the water, and you watch as its shell splinters and cracks beneath the thick coils of Vespa. Almost to spite you, there is a wave of radiant energy that just around. Not as if it helped, but just as it's there.
Oh man.
Just to remind you.
The gods are trolling you.
Spring spells. So that's one punch. Can I do anything
One punch spring.
this
You
other
have
crab is too
another
far away?
attack and another bonus action. You have your movement. You
Is-
could
yeah, is-
go in the water.
I could
Could join the
indeed-
party.
Everybody's just going in the water.
I could join the party.
If you
Let
have
me
a ranged
actually-
attack option, you could do that instead.
I do have a pistol. I do have a pistol that I could fire.
Pew pew.
I
It
mean,
might not be
fuck
as
it, sure.
emotionally satisfying as punching things.
It
but
might.
You do have
It's
a
not
gun.
going to be as emotionally satisfying, and I actually have a cloak that I can use if I need to. So I'm gonna swim into the water and try to fucking.
Okay. You spend 5 feet of
Yes.
movement. You jump off the boat.
Guy watches them go.
Roll me athletics,
in
please.
disbelief.
Yep, he just keeps watching. He's like, who's
What's
next?
in that water?
None of us had enough pool parties as a kid.
24.
You successfully swim easily up to melee.
Arya
with
turns
the
to
crab.
Guy. Don't even think about it.
Aaron's a leader.
All right.
Starting new trends.
But everybody's doing it.
Prayers don't
Okay.
reach the
Oh.
drowned.
Gee,
Good
prayers
point.
don't reach the ground.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. Well, Spring was,
Whoa.
very gung ho, and then she rolled a 3 and a 1 for her other 2 attacks. So that's hilarious.
So it turns out punching things whilst in water is much harder than punching things whilst on a boat.
I had a feeling that would be the case. Yeah.
Yeah, the force needs something to brace against. You gotta.
As
She's just like pushing herself away.
as you jump in the water and whiff, Captain Naga runs up to the side of the boat. Do you all mean to just? All right, and he's gonna shoot an arrow at the crab. He misses. Okay.
Okay.
He's
Guy
then
was
going
worried for a
to
second.
direct Vespa at the other crab, and Vespa's going to bite it.
Oh, good girl.
That hits.
A very
Unlike
good
some
stick.
creatures.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vespa rolled minimum damage.
Oh.
Oh.
Brom's like, good.
Developing
Oh,
a
baby.
rivalry.
Can't be
Fails to
shaded like
constrict.
this.
Aaron, you're up.
Oh shit!
This last crab is fighting for its damn life as an arrow bounces
I
off its
know.
shell, and an enormous constrictor snake tries to bite it, and you watch it just shove its giant claw into the mouth of the snake. What do you do?
Blasted.
All right. It's like it's scripted. I need you to roll me
You gotta-
athletics first.
You gotta go here so it goes in the right trajectory.
Oh my god.
You know.
I do need an
30
athletics
feet?
check first.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna go that far.
Okay, Aaron. You
Starts-
fail to tread water. You suddenly submerge as you cannot hold yourself up in the water.
He's like, Eldritch, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Eldritch blub blub.
Is taking a potion a bonus action?
Yeah, you
Bye.
can. You can use an action to heal fully, or you can use a bonus action to roll to see how much it heals you.
Well, no, I'm assuming I'm going to start drowning at some point soon. Well, maybe. Can I still shoot from being submerged a little bit?
Yeah. Sure. You can use your action to try and kill the crab instead of save yourself.
You have a minute plus your Constitution modifier before you start drowning.
Yes.
Oh, well, you know what, Echo? Since you said it that way, I use my bonus action to drink that potion of water and breathing I never drank.
Oh,
Okay, it's not a healing potion. In order to drink a potion that has an effect, it takes an action.
Fine,
Aw.
then I'll drown.
Then
you
you'll
won't drown.
You're not gonna fucking drown.
You
You
have
gotta.
He
You have an
chooses to
8-foot
drown.
robot
If you-
like 3
okay.
seconds away from you.
Just inventing drama where none need be.
for real.
That's
That
what
sounds
he
like a
does.
warlock. I
I
looked at your con. You have 4 minutes until you start drowning.
24 to hit,
You hit.
12 damage.
Do you repel it?
Nah.
Okay, it dies.
Yeah. It dies.
It dies.
Okay. As
It
I'm
would be funny if
drowning,
you kind of, like,
instead of
yeeted it.
swimming up, I grabbed his size ankle to steady myself and blast him from underwater.
Aside, throw me athletics at disadvantage real quick.
But she has advantage because she's raging.
Yeah, so it's a straight roll. 11. Scythe, you are technically made of heavy armor.
Yep.
Your DC to swim is a little higher, so you
Yep.
also begin to submerge. However, Aaron, though you are slowly sinking, you feel like the vibration of Scythe trying to swim. You concentrate, and the Eldritch Blast slams into the underside of the crab. The rest of you see this giant crab like launch up out of the water 5 feet as an eldritch energy burst slams into its underside, and it is dead. But you also, those of you good in perception, see Scythe right under the water.
Oh no, she's being attacked. Something is sabotaging her.
I
If we're out of combat, I'm not going to hold on her ankle anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we're out of combat, are we?
No, that's the end of combat.
Wait.
You killed
okay.
everything. There are 2 dead giant crabs just kind of floating, along with a bunch of bodies of sea monsters. However,
sorry.
there is a moment of tension here, as Aaron and Scythe, you are in the water, and it is unsteady water, so it's difficult to swim in. So,
Yeah.
I need athletics checks from both of you. Oh my god. You have advantage, Scythe.
Oh, I thought you said I had a disadvantage.
Not
So I was-
Guys, are you going to die this way?
Can I take my
Oh my
potion of
God.
water
Yeah.
breathing?
Yes.
It's not for our mission.
I mean, you don't have. I got you. Are we still in initiative? Because I have a thing I can do to help with this.
We're
Don't
not
take your potion yet.
technically in initiative yet. We're in this round after the fight to see how they handle swimming, and it turns out poorly.
Bad.
May I
Hilarious.
do something before he takes his potion?
In this round, yeah, go ahead and do something, but it's within the confines of 1 turn.
Okay, yeah. I can do something in 1 turn. Do you want me to make an athletics check first for my swimming?
If you're swimming, yes. It is, you guys,
Natural
you
20.
are in the ocean. Swimming here is not easy.
Yep.
With a
Bryn is
natural 20,
determined
Natural
to stand on her own right now.
yeah.
Or swim on her
You
own.
do get to add bless, by the way.
Oh, great. I'm not gonna. I rolled a natural 20.
All right.
Spring refuses.
Sure. You jump in the water and you swim very proficiently.
Well, she's been in the water.
Um,
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
tried
I'm going to cast air bubble. I'm going to cast air bubble on, and I think I'm going to cast. No, I don't have 3rd level spells. I'm going to cast air bubble on Aaron while he's under the water. I can do it within 60 feet.
Okay.
And so Aaron, you have an air bubble that you can breathe in. You have a globe, and it's not a concentration spell. A spectral globe surrounds your head of a willing creature within range. It is filled with flesh air and it lasts until the spell ends. The spell is 24 hours.
There is an important question, though.
Yeah.
Aaron, are you willing?
Yeah.
Okay. An air bubble appears around Aaron's head. Aaron, you can suddenly breathe. You are swimming poorly, but you're not in danger of drowning. Meanwhile, back up on the ship, Arya and Guy, is there anything you two are doing?
I just picture them watching us and judging.
I mean, that's what I've been doing.
Arya was gonna grab like a floaty, but
There are
Rings.
absolutely life-preserving
should
rings
do that.
yes, you can do that.
yeah, she's gonna do that and throw it in.
Okay.
towards Spring now because
Yeah, you throw it in their direction. It is tethered to the boat. It has a rope line of 150 feet.
Okay.
So there's plenty of slack to get out to them wherever the hell they might end up.
Do I need to
Renata,
do it
you don't have to.
-1 athletics.
No, you don't have to roll anything. You're just tossing it out there. It doesn't weigh a whole lot. Renata, is there anything you're doing?
Is it dark out?
Yeah, it's the middle of the night.
Is there something small and throwable on deck?
There's a dog.
Like a life.
That is massive.
I'm not
Bub is
throwing
not
Bub.
small.
Oh,
It's a joke.
amazing.
There's some like debris. There's splintered wood from where the crab broke the
That floats,
railing.
right? She's gonna pick up a piece of wood, cast light, and then just throw it
Oh,
to where the ring was, just so I can see it.
yeah, good call. Okay. Yeah, you throw an imbued light. Suddenly, the light pierces the water. Scythe and Aaron, you guys can see very clearly how deep you are. You can also see the light is like casting out like light deep into Kylus Bay. I would like Scythe, Aaron,
Uh-oh.
and Spring to make perception checks, please.
If only you could roll like that for
Trash.
those athletics checks.
What?
Trash. 11.
Scythe and Aaron, you both feel confident as you're looking out into the waters. You see the evidence of motion of, like, sea life. You see lots of fish and creatures that would be expected to be at these depths in the waters. They move oddly, as though they are repeating the same motions.
Isn't that just how fish do?
No,
Or it's
like,
They're stuck in a time loop?
it looks as though they swim a certain distance and then restart at the beginning of that distance and do it again.
They're literally stuck in a time loop.
That's what it looks like. Some of them.
Okay.
are. Some of them do not. But with a 20 and a 19, you spot that weirdness.
Are Scythe and Aaron both below the water still?
Scythe and Aaron are 100%. Spring is swimming over to them and is just about to, like, dive under to go and try and get them.
I think so you can see, like, splashy thrashing, I guess. How far down are we?
Not super far yet. Aaron, with your one, you're about 50 feet under the water.
Oh my god.
Scythe,
a
you're
rock.
about 30 feet under the water.
Wasn't he dragged Scythe down?
Yes.
Did he let her go?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So we're basically on to the next turn. As we come around, Aaron and Scythe, please roll me athletics checks. As you're getting
I don't think I'm
deeper-
raging anymore, huh?
You're not raging anymore. No, it's been a turn without any attacks.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker.
What is happening?
Just rolled a nat 1. That's what's happening.
Oh my god.
This is amazing, to be honest.
Honestly, I have an inspiration, but I kind of don't want to sack it. Like, I feel like the story is happening to me
Well,
right
you'll
now.
have a bubble soon. So at the very least you won't drown. Hopefully Spring has a spell slot for the bubble.
I do have a spell slot for the bubble.
Okay, so you guys aren't gonna drown, but boy howdy, you might have to live underwater forever.
Guess what, guys? This is literally why I did this.
Spring, you see as you, like, swim towards them, Scythe and Aaron are, like, dropping like rocks. Like, you see Aaron's, like, trying to swim upward, but it's clear he, like, perhaps it's the billowy clothes, or it's like
He's caught up in his cloak.
he doesn't have, like, the proficiency in swimming to actually maintain his height in the water. And Scythe is made of metal, and you see she's, like, trying to swim, but it's just like she's just dropping as if she's made of metal.
Oh,
That
guys,
is the
like,
downside of
watching-
being made of adamantine.
Yeah. Is if it's Spring's turn again, she's gonna I would put my cloak hood up, but it is explicitly an action, and I want to cast air bubble on Scythe. So if she is still within 60 feet of me, I will cast air bubble on Scythe.
She's about to leave 60 feet of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast air bubble to just definitely sure that she's gonna be okay in the water. And I can have two of them going at the same time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast air bubble, and then I will next round I will put my cloak on to give me an automatic swimming speed, and I'm gonna go swim after them to try to give the help action.
Would Vespa not have helped us? This long snake can't do nothing here. Is not
Maybe she doesn't
proficient
want
in
to.
the water.
So Vespa
busy.
is no longer a giant constrictor snake.
Oh, so cute. She just boop.
She basically,
Oh,
like,
tiny girl.
as soon as the initiative ends, Vespa, like, coils back up on the deck of the boat and is back down to
Oh my god, where
basically
did he
the
get
size
that
of a
and
little bull snake.
when can I get one?
I'm gonna grab.
Gotta
I'm
be
also
a
gonna
Master Ranger, right?
grab the life preserver. Can I do that, or is that enough?
You can grab that, absolutely. It's just you hold on to it. As what happens is, as these two are sinking and you've cast air bubble on two of them, firstly, Aaron and Scythe, you guys are dropping like stones. Your attempts to swim are, well, they've failed at this point. As you are descending quickly, it's getting darker and darker. You are both at about 100-foot depth at this moment. Back aboard the deck of the ship, Captain Naga sees Spring emerge and grab the life preserver, and he looks at all of you. What happened to them?
I
don't know. They
They
just-
just
Jumped.
jumped in the fucking ocean for some reason.
We're in the deeps.
And I listen.
The southern sweeps of Kylus Bay are not safe to swim in. It's going to pull them under. We need to ready the
okay.
diving bell if we can't get them up now.
Great.
I could tie a rope to my waist and jump in after them.
Yeah, let's
Why
make it
would
work.
that be better?
Somebody else jump in.
I'm a stronger
No, no.
a stronger swimmer.
Can I hear any of this?
You can hear them arguing. Yeah, you can. You're not
I
far.
got them. I got them. It's gonna be fine.
Okay.
Where are they? Did you
Candace-
tie them off?
I'm getting there. I put air bubbles on their heads so they
They're
won't drown
active.
immediately. I'm gonna doff my armor and then I'm gonna swim after them.
Okay, and you're not gonna get dragged out by the currents down there? You're good?
I have my cloak. I mean, what else do I need?
You're not going to be able to haul both of them. How long will the air bubble last?
24 hours.
Okay, well, that's plenty of time. Let's just hope nothing sees them down there. It's
Okay,
either that or we ready the diving bell.
I mean, I can try to get them. I can try to get them up myself. But if I'm not back soon enough, then you might want to come after us. But they're not. Gonna
That
be
is a
alone down there.
ridiculous
I'm a strong
idea.
swimmer. I can help.
The captain looks at you,
Why not?
Renata, and he just like,
I promise.
we're tying both of you off.
Yeah, fine. Do it. We need to hurry now.
Albie,
Sign me up. I'll
get
go.
down here. And they begin preparing to tie off both of you with these long lengths of not the standard like sail ropes. These are like silk diving ropes that he hands you one Spring, and he you're in the water, so he throws it to you, and he begins tying you around the waist, Renata.
Mm-hmm. As soon as she's tied off, she jumps in.
When you have them tug 3 times, you hear as you're jumping.
She dives in.
The captain looks at you, Arya, and Guy. Is it
Like two
always
people
going
with
to be
sense.
like this?
I'm beginning to be afraid that it is. Yeah.
For the record, I jumped in after them so I could put air bubbles on them. It wasn't for no reason.
That was said conversationally aboard the deck of the ship. You definitely did not hear that.
Meanwhile, down in the water,
Meanwhile,
Them chicks.
okay,
Got more failing to do.
Aaron and Scythe, we are past the point of athletics checks for you two.
Oh,
Got it.
damn.
Whoa,
You
good thing-
feel the currents and water are pulling you down. And if you...
And I
can you...
just want to grab a hold of Aaron so that we don't get split.
Yeah, sure. Do both of you have dark vision?
I do.
I think so. 1 second. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think
Forged
you do.
minds do by default do not, so unless you have something that gives it to
Okay.
you.
No, I don't.
I was making you goggles of night
You were
last
making.
time.
That's right. You were
I
making
know this.
me goggles. I don't actually have.
Okay. Do either of
Hey,
you have
Derek.
a source of light?
Can I do something?
Probably.
I guess. Yeah, let me just cast. It's got 120 feet of range. So I'm going to throw out dancing lights down below. Almost like the 4 will be arranged almost like a landing strip. Like it's this way to the ship, please.
Okay. So Renata, you see ahead of you as you're swimming down, like lights appearing in the water below you. Roll me a perception check,
Merge.
Renata.
Okay. I also sent you a message if you could look at it real quick.
Do our air bubbles merge so we're just sharing an airspace now?
You can talk to each other. I
In
rolled
our
a
hub.
21 for my perception. Well, thank you for letting me know that.
Okay. I'm now keeping track of time. Hold on a minute while I clear this out a little bit. Okay, as Renata's swimming down to you, Aaron and Scythe, you are sinking, being pulled deeper and deeper by the currents. It almost feels fruitless to try and swim upward like this, with how the currents are swirling and sinking.
That's why we're hugging.
Yes. Aaron, you can see relatively clearly out to quite a distance with the gifts. And it's getting not terribly cold, but you're aware that you're getting deeper and deeper. And the hints of motion in the corners of your eyes never quite go away. Though occasionally you do actually see some real, normal-looking sea life, schools of fish, and larger, like squids and sea creatures that are just swimming around. Some of them approaching curiously, but then leave immediately. As you guys descend, and as Renata swims after you. And Spring, I assume you're doing the same after you've got your swimming speed?
I am. I want to have my swimming speed. And does the cloak override my heavy armor, or should I doff that first?
The cloak overrides your heavy armor.
Amazing, great.
You can the cloak makes it so you swim as if you're not wearing armor.
Awesome. All I'll do then is pull the cloak up over my head and just swim. I think I just have a regular, like my regular walking speed is a swimming speed now.
Yeah.
I'll double check.
All right. Renata.
No, I have 60 feet actually. I have a swim speed of 60 feet, so I can swim fast.
Okay. As you guys are heading deep and deep into the water, we're going to go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break.
Great. I have to pee.
Okay. Okay, we're back. As Aaron and Scythe are sinking rapidly, having crossed a threshold underneath the water of Kylus Bay, underneath the water of the Crystal Ocean in general, the water becomes densely saturated with banasite.
Oh my!
Aaron, are you okay, Emily?
I just lost some of that, so you know.
Oh yeah, it's all down here. Aaron and Scythe, as the two of you sink, you're deep beneath the water, and you have these air bubbles on your head, so you're not in fear of drowning. But you can see clearly through the material the air bubble is made out of. I'm going to assume glass, but it might be something else. Doesn't really matter. As the two of you are sinking and you're looking into the Crystal Ocean, the water is turning less and less blue with every passing foot. It glows more violet, a deeper purple. And as you sink, the colors of red seem to go deeper and deeper until you look at your own hands. And, well, Aaron, you can kind of see colors. Mostly not, but the ambient light filtering down here from the glowing, dancing lights from above shine down in these flickering shadows, and whenever they pass over your fingertips, your hands almost look purple. As the shifting motions and strange features down below the water here get darker and darker, you suddenly also become keenly aware of these pinpoints of light coming from the distance. They seem randomly spread down here, miles away or just a few hundred yards. In all directions, these tiny little pinpoints of glowing light, some of them blue, some of them red, some of them white, but all of them appear tinged by this purple of the Crystal Ocean. As you're sinking and you can feel the pressure from the Crystal Ocean itself increasing on your fingertips and on your legs, you also notice some weird things happening. And Scythe, you particularly notice them because you have a hard time seeing in the dark. But as you're
Yeah.
getting deeper and deeper in this condensed water that is so rich in banasite, you begin to feel more alert, as if you've just eaten a big meal, or as if someone has just imbued you with magic. You remember learning that as a forged, you restore energy by consuming food or energy. And that feels like it's happening.
Like I'm drawing banasite. Like my core is drawing banasite from the ocean around us.
Yeah. As if there's condensed magic in the water around you and you are slowly leeching it. You feel refreshed. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Mechanically, you've restored 2 hit dice. You don't really know
Okay,
what benefit that'll give you.
We just
right
got a
now.
dunker every couple of days.
Yeah.
I don't know how to tell the foundry that, but I don't care. We'll deal with it if it comes up.
Sure. Aaron, you can see in the dark, and you kind of glance up, and you see the dancing lights that are above you and the shifting motions, and you realize you've been sinking pretty quickly. You don't know how far down you are. Roll me a perception check.
That's a solid 10.
Yeah, you have no idea how deep you are.
That's fine.
Not a clue.
Mm.
But what you are keenly aware of is now that as you're sinking, in the distance you can see in your peripheral, like the bed of Kylos Bay rising. And you realize you might be getting to the bottom.
Oh,
Okay.
that seems well.
Are you doing something, Echo?
Yes.
Okay, I was just wondering.
As you guys submerge, suddenly the ground comes up beneath you. And as it does, this is what you see.
Aw, snap.
Whoa.
Ronda to see those little
Oh,
guys
that's
down
cute.
there.
I literally saw the aw snap thing. It kicked me out as you went over.
Whoa.
Yeah. This is when your feet settle on the floor. There is motion of sea creatures all around you as you sink into these trenches. And without the air bubbles, you're pretty sure you would be screwed. But while this feels familiar as to when you were in the diving bell, the pressures on your extremities make you realize you are much deeper than you were in that diving bell. Meanwhile, Renata, you're swimming downward, and the dancing lights are behind you now.
Mm-hmm.
Your joints ache. Do you have any means of breathing water?
I have a potion, but it's for our mission, so I'm gonna hold off on using it.
Okay.
Spring is down here with me.
Spring is much faster than you, unfortunately.
Uh-huh. But she is action dashing to swim as quickly as she can, although Spring is much faster.
So you're aware Spring is having to hold herself back to pace with you, because the cloak that Spring is wearing literally, is magically making her able to navigate water. As Spring is swimming more like a dolphin would than an actual person, the cape This is the manta ray, yeah? The cloak of the manta ray?
It is.
Yeah, so she's like swimming like with her arms back and her feet are just making waves in the water, and she's just darting ahead and then looking around and stopping and then darting ahead again. As the two of you are swimming downward, you reach the end of the silk rope tether. And there's no sign of Scyther Aaron.
How
should-
just
You should stay here. I'm faster. If they sank to the bottom, I'll find them.
can you bring both?
And then what?
I mean, I could try to bring them one at a time.
She kind of points to her head and makes a bubble.
Spring will use her last spell slot and cast Air Bubble one more time.
Thanks, I didn't want to die this way.
Yep.
Well, how am I
she-
supposed to know if you need help?
Um,
How do you want to know how far down that the silk rope got us?
Yeah, you think it was like 300 feet of silk rope?
Do I have any rope in my bag? Who doesn't have rope in their bag?
You probably have 50 feet of hemp and rope. That's the standard adventurer loadout.
That's not enough.
Might need that diving bow.
I can't just wait here.
I mean, someone has to stay with the rope, and I can swim faster.
But are you strong enough to pull them both up?
Yes, I'm very strong.
Okay. Can you
One
send
at
a
a
flare
time.
if you need help?
Do we have flares? Is that
Not that work underwater.
not the work underwater?
You have ability to make light?
Yeah, I'm going to twist my multi-tool. And give myself dancing lights. And that's going to be my flare.
So if you send it off, you need help.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Spring will dive down and swim at her full speed.
All right. Meanwhile, Captain Naga and Albie are like Albie's like looking over to the side of the ship, and Naga is pacing, and he looks to you, Arya, and Guy.
Yeah, Arya's watching the rope.
They've been down there too long. This is beyond what a normal person could breathe or hold their breath for. They better have drank their potions.
I think they have them on them. We should. I don't know. And she'll look to Guy.
What?
I don't know what we should do.
There's nothing we can do. They said they had it. I guess we just chill out here and wait.
If we deploy the diving bell, will it?
It's a little late for that now.
Oh,
I look at the captain questioningly.
what about the mission?
Well, welcome to the two of us who care about the mission. I guess if they don't come back, we try to fix it. Whatever. Do we have the part? It's fine. I have no actions. Nothing useful.
Captain Naga is like looking in the water, and after like a moment, as you guys are talking to him, he just says, "I'm readying the diving bell."
Okay. If you think that's what we should do, then I trust you as our captain.
It's either that or we assume they come back on their own, and we might end up waiting here all night for corpses.
I trust you as our captain.
Well, that's good, because you're going down in it.
Oh, okay.
And he, makes, a motion to Albie as he heads back onto the center of the ship. And you see him begin turning this large turnstile, and a spool of chain suddenly begins to rock up. And the floating anchor is pulled up into the side of the ship, and it sails forward maybe 50, 100 feet. Renata, suddenly the rope, you feel yourself getting pulled as the boat is moving.
She's gonna tie her own rope around her waist and attach it to the length of the rope that she was previously attached to give herself 50 more feet. It's not gonna do much, but it's something.
Okay, one moment, please. All right. As the boat suddenly stops moving again, Renata, you feel yourself getting dangled along by a fishing line, is what it feels like. And then you hear Arya and Guy, Captain Naga has pulled up, lifted up out of the hold, is the enormous diving bell, which you remember looks like basically just an enormous bell made of glass that he holds out over the water with the crane that suspends it.
Okay.
Well, not the bottom, hopefully. Get to where they are. Get them in the bell. Pull the lever. It will start pulling back up.
Okay. Yeah, Arya will get in the diving bell.
Yep. Go with her.
The bell begins to descend, capturing with it the air that was inside of it, and it is a big, heavy glass bell. It begins to drop. And as it does, Renata, you see, away from the rope that you're holding onto, there is the diving bell. It's enormous and hard to miss. It just and begins to descend. Do you follow it?
If it goes past her, then she'd untie herself and hop on.
Roll athletics.
Can I assist from the diving bell?
Not
Arya,
really. You're inside it.
Okay.
You can try and swim out underneath it to help her, but you're basically you're treading water in the diving bell that's going down.
Okay, so if you're not a strong swimmer, it wouldn't really
Be a bad idea.
Okay.
It would be a bad idea.
I'll probably be fine. I roll athletics. I rolled 17.
Are you pushing yourself?
If it needs be, then yes.
The diving bell is falling quickly, but a 17 is just good enough that you can let go of the rope and swim out quickly to get underneath it right as it gets to you. With a 17, you just manage to get underneath it and pull yourself up and into the diving bell.
Hi. Spring went ahead of me. She's a faster swimmer. I think they may have reached the bottom.
Hey. Cool.
Why do you think that?
Because we haven't been able to stop them yet?
Oh. Did you see them as they went down?
No. They went faster than us.
Oh. Okay.
If we see sparks, Spring's in trouble.
Okay.
Spring, you're swimming down. You don't have to roll in athletics. You have a swimming speed. However, you become keenly aware that after a certain depth, the current seems to be pulling you downward.
Oh, shit.
You are moving faster than you were swimming at. You become also aware this is likely what happened to Scythe and Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how fast you're going. It's hard to tell with a sense of perception down here. But you also get the feeling that at this depth, with your knowledge of Arcana, things start getting weird. Speaking of which...
Can I make an Arcana check about it? Or
Oh,
do
sure.
I have weirdness?
Roll Arcana.
17.
At this density, with how much Banasite is saturated into the crystal ocean, which gets deeper and thicker the deeper you go. The deeper you get, the more likely wild magic events are to happen. And wild magic, almost like condensing water and air, is drawn to life and other magical objects. So, if you spend too much time down here, weird shit happens.
Yep.
Weird shit including hallucinations, teleportation, strange spell effects, bizarre stuff.
Spring's jaw tightens.
As you keep swimming, meanwhile, back on the Kyla's floor, Aaron and Scythe, you have landed, and you are alone. The pressure of being down here, it's nerve-wracking. Aaron, please roll me a perception check.
Basically my seeing eye warlock at this point. Oh.
Not a good one, apparently.
8. Scythe, roll me a perception at disadvantage, because this actually, there is a chance you could detect this as well.
Do good. Did better?
11.
11. If you two would not mind, please roll me a D100.
Both
Oh,
of us?
jeez.
95. Okay. Okay. Of course.
It's like when she rolled the burning blood.
You become keenly aware. Scythe, through you feel a vibration in the ground below your feet. And Aaron, you see suddenly like just a shift of some silt rising up off of the soil. This mound right here is not a mound.
Okay.
With that 11, Scythe, somehow, with maybe a glancing flicker of reflection, you spot closed eyes coming out of a massive shell. It is a sleeping dragon turtle.
Oh. Okay. What do I know about dragon turtle?
Roll me a nature
Nature?
check.
Shit. Very little. That's a 7.
With a 7, you know what the stories tell you. Dragon turtles were famous for sinking ships and just being vicious and dangerous. You don't know much else about them aside from the fact that they're fucking huge. And the bane of human existence in most cases. And this one is asleep.
It's right in front of us. Okay.
Here's what it looks like, folks.
He's so big. Scythe is going to like. She holds one finger up to her faceplate, like it's a shush, but she doesn't have a mouth there, so it just looks like she's holding up a finger. And then she's going to start trying to sort of edge quietly this way. But there's a lot of pressure,
space.
so yeah, just try to get a little bit further away. But she's dragging Aaron with her,
Roll stealth.
or trying to. Yeah.
You can pull Aaron along. I'm sure he's light enough to move underwater in extreme examples. Okay.
Do I have to roll it? Because
You
I
should.
would have went with her.
Unless you're not trying to be sneaky.
Oh, I'm not better. I have a +4 and I can't do anything.
Okay. It is dark down here, Scythe. But there is the strange purplish ambient light that seems to be emitted from the seafloor itself. And you are keenly aware that it seems glimmering with gold every once in a while. As you guys are slowly trying to make your way away from this dragon turtle, Spring,
Yes.
roll me a perception check.
Oh, I'm very bad at that. 10.
You are descending. And, well, actually, Spring, are you proficient in survival?
I don't think so. No, I'm not.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence check. Straight intelligence.
Okay. 18.
With an 18, based on the pressures you're seeing and how it affects your armor and the feeling in your fingertips and back, you think you're around 1,000 feet deep.
Damn.
And this is the depth where things start getting real goofy. But you haven't seen anything yet.
Do I have a sense that I will possibly be able to get them back up without the diving bell?
With how fast you're getting pulled down?
Seems like no.
Not at all. You actually are beginning to get concerned about swimming up yourself.
Yep. I'm going to send off my dancing lights so at least they know where we are.
Renata, Guy, and Arya, suddenly in the water below you, off to the left somehow, a dancing light flare appears, and it is deep.
Oh.
You just barely see it through the mist and silt within the water.
Okay.
Okay, hopefully it's a small amount of trouble, but that means trouble.
Don't think we can aim this diving bell. He didn't give instructions for that. He just, to get up, we can pull the lever.
They need to get in here.
Uh-huh. How far? In what direction? Left, you said, or something?
It's really hard to tell. You're going down, and suddenly to your left, a distance away and deep, you suddenly see a flare appear.
Guy, can you flare back at them?
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean,
It'll give them a
I will-
direction to go.
I will put up the dancing lights spaced as far out as I can, which is only 120 feet from me, in that direction.
In that direction?
Yeah. Put up my green dancing lights.
Okay.
Glancing lights.
Roll me a spellcasting check, Guy, to try and get
It's
this
gonna get weird.
light through the
Like a spell
murk.
attack, basically?
Yeah, like a spell attack.
22.
22. Okay. There's a moment when all of you in the diving bell, suddenly through the walls of the diving bell, you hear this strange... It's like this deep thundering rumble. And then the whole diving bell lists slightly. The boat is moving.
Huh?
And that flare
The captain.
is suddenly moving
Oh!
closer underneath you.
Well, thank hell for that.
As it happens, the boat keeps moving, and then the flare alert is directly below you,
Oh.
and then it is slightly to the right.
Oh, stop. I pull my lights back and ball them up right where I am.
Okay, you hear of something heavy falling in the water above you.
You're like guiding a
Hey.
plane to take off.
Pretty much.
Roll me another spellcasting check to see how close you got.
Okay, come on. Be good. That's even better. 27.
Okay. You're now descending in what it looks like is right atop the flare.
Okay.
The diving bell is descending quickly. And based on the pressures acknowledged, Rise, as the bell is descending, you can see water and seaweed and errant algae just like getting caught on the edges of the glass bell. And based on that, you can see how fast you're descending, and you realize it's fast. You make the
Pulling it
connection. This is
down.
probably what happened to Aaron and Scythe. And Renata, you become keenly aware that you would not have been able to swim out of this.
We're gonna hit rock bottom, guys.
I haven't.
In the diving bell, you notice that there are 3 controls. There is the lever that controls up and down. Right now, it's just going down. There is also what looks like a single clear, like, quartz crystal. And it has a button below and a button above it. The button below it is black. The button above it is white.
Do you think that's a light?
Or communication. Hit the white button.
I'm a little worried. If it is a light, then it might be too bright and draw too much attention. Should I
Hey,
just do it fast?
People jumped into the ocean and sunk to the bottom of it, so we need to fix that before we start worrying about everything else.
Okay. She'll push the white button.
As you do, the edges of the diving bell on the bottom suddenly glow with these white... They're not gemstones. They look like just white crystals that seem to shine light straight down. Spring, you're suddenly aware that your peripheral vision is filled with light. And you look up behind you, and you see a ring of light just coming down towards you. It's not that far behind you.
Okay. Do I get? Would I be anticipating the diving bell? Can I get a sense that this is? Can I like maybe move slightly to the side so I can? Can I position myself under it such that I can get caught in it? Or
You could certainly do that. If
It just picks you up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay. Yeah, you swim like it's not that far off from you, actually. It's basically coming down over the flare that you dropped.
Great. Then I'm gonna position myself such that I can be on solid ground in it.
As the diving bell is descending, Scythe and Aaron, you suddenly are aware that there is a sound that you're hearing. It's
Bing
the
bong.
tempered snores of that dragon turtle as you are slowly creeping away from it. Aaron, you hear, well, this looks like a bit of a predicament.
Yeah, I made a judgment call, but it didn't work out. I did some cool stuff though, but this doesn't look real great for the both of us. I don't know that I'm gonna survive this one turn.
Oh, I'm sure you'll survive. But will you grow? Or will you be stuck here with me afterward?
Well, I don't know. All I know is that Scythe didn't make this choice. She came to help me. And whatever I have to do to help her, I will help her. Anything. Literally anything.
Are you trying to make a deal?
Yeah.
Name your terms. You'll do anything for what?
Do we even see the light yet?
No.
Too far. We're
Is it Lorna
1,200
down
feet
here?
down.
That's a tough one. I thought you just have the answer turn. I didn't expect you to ask me what I should do. I don't make good choices here.
What do you want
damn.
from me? You'll do anything for...
I want to get her out of here. I want to get her back to our friends.
Right now.
Yeah, there's a giant dragon turtle. I don't see it yet, do I?
You saw
Have I
it.
figured it out yet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Scythe saw
There's
it,
a
you saw it.
There's a giant dragon turtle.
And she shushed you to try to, and then we stealthed a little bit of ways.
Yeah. There's a giant dragon turtle in front of us. And if that thing wakes up, we're both dead. But she might not be dead. So, yeah, I want to get her to safety with our friends. I don't know how to do that, but I want to do it.
Now, Aaron, we've already made a contract. You've promised me your eternity. I have a room set out here all for you.
Believe that.
Cute.
There is one thing I am noticing that you are still failing to do.
What's that?
Trust.
You?
No. I know you'll never trust me, and that's fine. That is a thing I am perfectly willing to accept because it does not make a difference in the end.
True.
But
I trust Sai.
you will never grow as a person if you cannot trust your allies. And I need you to grow. I need you to become the best version of yourself that you can be.
Hoorah.
I am happy to take this deal to immediately transport your friend Scythe. But I need you to answer the question, does that trust your friends? To do what it is that they are likely already trying to do, which is to save your dumb sorry hide for your poor judgment call.
I mean, it wasn't that poor. It was pretty cool. But yeah, okay. That's aside. I do trust that they're coming. I don't know if they'll make it in time, but I trust that they'll try, and I'll give them that.
Then I'll tell you what, here's the deal. Should the worst happen, should you and Scythe find yourselves in more dire straits on the edge, I will immediately transport her away into the company of your friends, and I will immediately transport you here to begin your eternity.
Deal.
Very well. And you see and Scythe, you see this too. A small piece of vellum appears in the water right in front of Aaron. And your fingertip is bleeding. It wasn't a moment ago.
Scythe's fingertip or mine?
Yours.
All right. I'll look over at Scythe, even though we have air bubbles. And I'll just... she can see the vellum, right? Even though it's because of the pink purple glow?
Yeah. There's nothing clearly written on it for Scythe. Whenever Scythe tries to look at it, it's like fuzzy and muddled.
I'll
you see
look over at Scythe. I'll put both my hands on her shoulders. I'll give her a hug and like brace back a little bit. And then I'll just sign on the paper.
The contract immediately vanishes in a flash of smoke and fire, despite the depth of the water.
Scythe is like curling the fingers of her gauntlet into your pillow. I'm not just like somewhere, just grabbing cloth, right? And she's kind of like leaning down and just staring at you. But she can't ask you what the hell you did. She doesn't want to wake up the dragon turtle. So she's just staring at you and not saying anything.
Is it disapproving, the look?
It's very hard to read. She seems concerned, I think would be the word I would use. She doesn't know what the fuck you did, and she's concerned of what it was.
Almost in a moment of irony, Out of your peripheral vision, both of you see reflecting off the ground around you a white light.
If you are
both
looking at
glance
Aaron's
up.
face,
Say again? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, she was grabbing me before you started talking. If she was looking at my face trying to figure out, I would have like kind of exhaled, let the tension out, and just kind of smiled at her, like the most reassuring one I can give. You know,
Not reassuring at all, actually, but okay.
He's trying.
Only bad things happen when that guy smiles.
Oh, fuck. Okay, fair enough.
All right. As this is descending, Arya, you hear, "Where's the rope? Where's the... Gods, I was just holding it. Where did it go? This isn't... No. This isn't how it ends. This
Arya's breath hitches, and then she listens a little longer. Does it immediately sound like either of her friends?
No. This sounds like
Okay.
no one you've ever heard before.
And then she's gonna try to look around for who's speaking.
Roll perception. As you look, casting your vision about, you hear, "Can't breathe. Don't scream. Don't let it in.
Oh.
I was supposed to come back." And then you see something, a memory, someone else's memory. It's a crushing of a ship, a small one. You see it in the water. What you heard is the memory of someone else's spirit as they drowned in that moment. And you also become keenly aware you're the only person who could have heard or seen what you just saw.
Is the spirit still there?
No. But you saw a memory that was a spirit's. Laced in gold in the water right outside the diving bell, you see the golden silhouette of a small ship being crushed. And you see it's being crushed between the jaws of a dragon turtle that has dragged it down to this depth.
No.
You blink and it's over.
Good thing that was just a memory and there's no dragon turtle.
Arya,
I think. Yeah.
I need a wisdom saving
Oh.
Oh,
throw.
For the trauma.
Okay. You've seen or heard frightening whispers before, and while this does plant itself in your mind firmly, it does not make you frightened. At least it doesn't give you the mechanical status of frightened. Unless, its effects on you are up to you, but...
She is gonna say, I think there might, and she'll say it to Renata and Guy. I think there might be a dragon turtle down here. We need to be very quiet.
What?
We don't want the bell hitting the bottom.
Did you see it?
I saw it, kind of.
She just stares into the darkness. Oh,
Guy has been, so he didn't notice Ari at first because he's got his dancing lights now ringing the bell, and he's trying to concentrate and push them out
Okay.
just
No,
to
no,
look
no.
around. But he stops and he looks at Ari and he's like, You saw a dragon turtle down here?
I saw one
Okay.
sinking a ship.
But not right now, right?
No.
Okay. So it's a Have you ever seen the ghost of a event before?
No. Usually it's just ghosts.
Okay. Guy stops fucking with his dancing lights and puts a hand on Arya's shoulder.
As Guy touches your shoulder, Arya, you hear that voice one more time. It's almost, it's like the final breath is slipping away. I remember drowning before. And then it's gone.
God, they're stuck.
They're super
That'd be a
stuck.
horrific thing to experience.
Time becomes a loop.
multiple times.
And time becomes a loop.
Yep.
Okay, well, we need to get... I really don't want to take this potion and swim out there. Can I
No.
see anything
Roll perception.
outside the diving bell? Oh, boy.
Do you have dark vision?
No, I am a human man. Wait,
Allegedly.
I'm a-
You...
I'm something else, but I don't think I have dark vision.
Yeah, absolutely, we believe you.
Just a guy.
I'm
Just
just
a guy.
a dude who cannot see in the dark, and that's why
Okay.
I have dancing lights.
What is blind sight?
Blind sight lets you sense where things are despite a lack of light in any way.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
like-
think that's
like-
gonna work under the ocean.
Not really.
And I've just started working on it, so yeah.
Green has that.
Where is my
It can be
perception?
incredibly useful in certain situations. In situations
Oh.
like this,
Not so
But I-
much.
yeah.
But I rolled so well, though.
With a 20, as the diving bell has been descending this whole time, you suddenly see light has begun to reflect. It's almost as though it's like filling the salt water and the silt in the water around you with like this ambient fog. But it's very subtle, and you're looking down and you see that the ring of light coming off the bottom of the diving bell has illuminated the seafloor.
Then I grabbed the lever to stop the descent because Arya said we don't want to let the bell hit the. How close are we? Can I tell?
Like 300 feet above the water, above the seafloor.
Okay, then I don't, rush as much. But yeah.
Okay. You become aware how fast the diving bell is sinking, which is very fast. It's falling at about 100 feet per round.
Jeez.
You can try and get the diving bell as low as you like before you hit the lever. But as you are underwater and it's attached to a boat that's rocking and on water, nothing is perfect.
Yeah, I'll stop it here just because. Like we could lower it again if we need to. I assume
Okay.
mechanism.
Yeah,
I'll try to stop
sure.
it so that I'm gonna listen to Arya and not let the bell hit the bottom.
Okay. As it stops, Scythe and Aaron, you see this glowing ring of light that is basically like a spotlight pointing down at the seafloor.
How far away?
It's about 300 feet up. However,
But
you
up
both
from us?
become... Oh, it's right above you. But you become aware that light is dancing over towards the dragon turtle, and you see its head, like, stirring.
Can I swim up, or is the pressure too much because of the current?
Go ahead and roll me athletics.
Okay.
You swim up, and it is draining. It is so hard to
Right.
swim up. You basically get about 10 feet off the seafloor, and it's like it's going to wear you out before you get even close.
All right, I stopped fucking with that.
Meanwhile, on the diving bell, with Scythe trying to swim up, everyone sees her.
Oh,
You
there they are.
all spot Scythe and Aaron as Scythe tries to swim up towards you. However, Renata, with your high passive perception, you see the shape of something round nearby them.
Can she gauge more than just round and big?
Roll an investigation
Renata,
or
can you go
perception.
get-
Can you?
What did you say?
She's strong. She said she's a strong swimmer. Could you swim out and get her?
Maybe we could lower it a little more.
Well, let's see what I think this
Roll
moving shape
perception
is.
or investigation.
Oh, I would have rolled perception then. Can I make my 6 plus 9 instead of 5? Or wait. My perception is plus 9, yes.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
fine.
15 instead.
With the light from the diving bell, the ambient hues in the water below, and the fact that you are looking down on it, you see the telltale shapes of fins, legs, a tail, a head.
Renata slams the black button on the diving bell so the light stops.
It immediately shuts off, and you are all cast into darkness.
Okay, I saw the dragon turtle. I don't know if it woke up. Should I go down there?
Are they gonna know to come here if you don't? Do they need help? They sung?
It looked like a
She
scythe was
couldn't
having
make
trouble.
it up. It's more likely you're gonna get knocked down too. We just gotta lower the bell. Fuck it.
Okay, quiet.
It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So I guess we'll try to lower the bell again. I don't know if it's still getting pulled, or
the
with
bell is not dropping when you have the lever
Okay.
locked. When you lower the lever, the bell begins to descend again, and it falls quickly. Before it hits the ground, I'm going to require basically a dexterity save from whoever's trying to operate the bell
okay.
from hitting the ground.
I was on the lever, but Arya, do you want to? I don't know. My dex save's okay.
My dex is terrible, so don't look at me.
Guy's the one doing it, so.
Okay. Ooh,
luck.
that's a 24.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
24. Perfect. You lower the bell, and it quickly descends. Aaron, you're looking up like the light is gone, and you hear the snoring of the dragon turtle has returned to its regular pace. And as you're looking up, suddenly, it's like emerging out of the darkness. The bottom of the diving bell just is like coming insanely fast down towards you, and then like 5 feet above you, it just stops.
And I'll just tap side and point
Yeah,
up.
we just very quickly get into the diving bell.
Okay, so the diving bell has like these ledges around the edges of the glass where you can like basically sit, and you all get into it.
I'm gonna go over and haul ourselves in.
Okay. Are they both in?
They're both
Hi.
in.
As soon as they're both
Spring is
in,
in too.
hit
She
the lever.
positioned herself that we got up.
Yeah.
She got up in there. Okay, good.
So Spring, Arya, Guy, Scythe, and Aaron, and Renata, you're all in the diving bell. And you see through the diving bell's perfectly clear walls this ambient purple energy in the area, and the dragon turtle is still asleep. You have managed to extract them without waking it.
Incredible.
I immediately hit the lever to start pulling us up.
It
That
is
thing wakes up.
slower, but it
Yeah.
does ascend.
That thing wakes up, our ship is doomed.
Ron doesn't say anything for fear of waking up the dragon turtle, but she looks reproachful.
Just trying to watch it through the darkness without light, which is not really a thing I can do.
It basically vanishes from your view after just rising like 50 feet.
Yeah.
And at the pace you're going, you're going to be in this diving bell for at least like 30 minutes of just
A little bit. Yep.
ascension.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be able to pull him out. The ocean was just too strong.
I thought
Yeah,
I could swim.
I think we all learned a valuable lesson today.
What?
Yeah.
Sure.
What lesson did you learn?
Did I learn? Not to fuck with the ocean.
Yeah,
Something
the old
about
horse-
hubris.
The old horse master
Ocean.
said, "Don't ever jump into water you can't see the bottom of."
That's a really good lesson.
Yeah.
Horsemaster?
Yeah, like a
Sounds
guy
like-
trains horses.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Sounds like a good lesson. I never heard that one.
Now you have.
My bad. But thank you guys for coming. I
Well, yeah.
honestly didn't expect it at first.
That we would come.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I-
My own. Yeah.
I jumped into the water after you so you would have air bubbles.
I know, but we went real
Uh,
deep. I just
You
assumed.
literally asked somebody to jump in with you.
I thought. Truthfully, I thought I didn't really ask her to jump in with me. I just
I
more
am
meant
much
like
stupider
be
than
out of
everyone
the
else in the group.
water. Yeah, I
but,
forgot that we just kind of operate on similar
but wait,
wavelengths sometimes.
what? Like, you jumped into and tried to punch that crab.
She did. It was really cool, by the way. I know it didn't really land, but it looked really cool.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, well, it looked cool, I guess.
Thank you for getting us out without waking up.
Yeah,
That turtle.
it's amazing that ended with absolutely no incidents or real
Well-
changes of any kind.
It is kind of amazing because Arya's the one that told us it was down there. We couldn't see it, but she warned us, so I knew to stop the bell before it hit the bottom.
And to look for it to turn off the light.
Mm-hmm.
How did
Thank
you know
you,
that, Arya?
I saw it.
Like with a scrying or something?
I'm able to see pretty far. I've trained.
Elven eyes.
I mean, I know you're lying, but she'll not say anything. Rena's like, she's lying for a reason. I trust that.
Can I roll insight on that?
Oh, sure. Arya, roll a deception check. I can't say the appropriate roll, but yeah, roll a deception check.
Okay. My sheet is broken on Foundry, so I'm gonna have to do it.
Of course it is.
I tried to import like a dummy.
And it
Deception.
broke?
Yeah.
Let me try.
Uh,
It is
10.
broke as hell.
Broke as hell.
Oh my god.
That
There,
broke.
I fixed it.
Hell
I got it fixed. It like showed she had just a weapon of certain death and nothing else. It was like, okay.
Yeah.
She came out on her own mission, you guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I fixed it. You're good.
Yay.
Yeah, so she lost
Not
that.
No.
You definitely know that she's lying. Although she has trained
You don't
to
know.
see.
You don't know what the lie is. You just know that she's clearly not saying the whole truth or any of the truth. She's hiding something.
Okay,
That's what you get with that
that's fine.
insight.
I won't say anything about it. I'm just.
Yeah, and as
feel like-
we're ascending, a guy accepts that he cannot see into the darkness, so he can't really see the turtle coming. If it does, he will turn to Arya where they're sitting and just kind of lean into her and be like, "Are you okay?"
I think
What did
I
you-
almost died.
Yeah, that was a lot. But I mean, people are, we got that taken care of, right? You're okay, right? And he kind of punches her shoulder a little bit, like, right?
I guess so, yeah. I guess I was just sad that I,
Almost died.
no. Did Renata say
I know,
that?
like, you thought it was
No.
hell.
That was Pen. That was Pen.
Arya's immediately gonna tense up if Renata said
No.
something.
Nope.
She's gonna be like, oh.
But
Nope.
what?
I'll tell you on our watch later.
Okay.
As the diving bell ascends and the pitch black of the deep ocean, for some of you, turns paler and paler. Dive, you're seated like on the opposite side of the diving bell from Aaron. And you see behind him, in the wall of the diving bell, with the dark water behind it, almost creates like a mirror. And you can see Aaron's back reflected in the mirror as he's facing towards you. And he's like looking down into the water between the conversation. And you see, in his reflection, a red, fiendish devil woman. Impossibly attractive and beautiful.
Hey.
Has her hands on his shoulders and appears to be like rubbing them, but more friendly like, except she's looking at you with a smile on her face.
Five says, Aaron,
Yeah.
what did you do?
You
You have to
see
be more specific than
the
that.
reflection of the devil. Her eyebrow quirks up with a smirk on her face.
You're gonna have to be a little more specific than that side. What do you mean?
Do you really want me to be more specific about that?
Okay, fine. Before I say that, can I just say to everyone real quick, I'm sorry for jumping in the water and starting this whole thing. I saw everybody getting hurt and I wanted to help, and honestly, I don't often care whether I live or die. So I just did what I thought was best, and I realized I put everybody in a shitty position. But so I'm sorry. I'm trying not to do that as much.
What if you think about it a little differently? Like,
What do you mean?
well, I get that you don't care much what happens to you, but sometimes that means people are looking for, like a hero moment, like something that makes it worth it. But we're out here as a team, a team of professionals, and we were all brought here because we have different skills. So if you want to help, take care of yourself, take care of the mission, right? You're
Yeah.
important too.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
Now,
you're good.
okay.
So
Now that we have that out of the way, and it's good. Oh, I was going to tell Scythe, but
I'm just going to say,
Good.
Scythe, you see this devilish woman nodding along as Kai is talking. Go ahead, Aaron.
so, Scythe, remember how when we were at the bottom and the dragon turtle was right there, and I don't know if you felt it, the aura of certain death that was pretty much around us at all times.
I was there.
Yeah. So I didn't think we could get out, but I started trying to figure out if maybe you could get out. And so I asked Turn to help with that. And I signed a new contract. And I think
Really?
it might still be valid, actually, because I think the terms of it were in like the worst case scenario. I don't think it specified dragon turtle, so it could still be helpful in the future, maybe. But
How many souls have you got, man?
no, so this one's a little different, and basically
Ah,
what it was if that moment came where the turtle woke up and certain death was upon us, Turn would have teleported Scythe directly to all of you and me directly to her to start serving my eternity with her.
So die?
In a sense, I mean, yes, absolutely. But I don't know if my body would remain. I'm pretty sure it would all come. I feel like it would all come with me somehow.
No,
No, okay.
no, you would.
I would go to hell. Is
You're-
basically.
no. You're gonna be miserable.
Aaron.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
Guy puts his arm around Arya's. He puts his arm around her. He looks concerned.
She's like actually upset right now. She's like, in 10,000 years, you're gonna be miserable. You're gonna be just like the ghosts in the library.
I know.
In a library?
In the library that we visited.
I know. But Arya.
You don't know. You didn't talk to them.
No.
You don't know. You're gonna be miserable.
Arya, I've never tried to talk with you, but I understand none of us can really experience what you experience. But misery is very subjective, and I knew what I was doing. And I may not know exactly what torments awaited me, but I know how bad it would be. But
You don't know.
side would live. Instead of 2 souls going, 1 soul would go.
Well, I don't think souls go anywhere right now. That's
Well-
kind of the.
Well, in this case, I'm pretty sure mine would have directly went to hell. But either way, what
Do you
I'm trying
think
to...
that Turn would have been able to claim you if he died in the ocean?
Fairly certain she would have been able to pull it off. I think she was teleporting me right. I get the feeling I'd be transported right to her. I don't know what that would entail, but there's probably some way to shift me there or something.
Maybe she'd kill him after. Teleport, then kill
That's what I figured. That's I kind of. If it was my guess, she would just plane shift me directly to her and then immediately kill my mortal body. But who knows?
Logistics
I mean,
aside,
A true mistress never reveals her secrets.
you would have killed me, and you know it.
You would have
He
liked
really
it.
didn't think we were
aside.
going to come for you.
he doesn't think
Well,
he has
no.
any value.
Yeah, that was kind of my
No.
point. Is maybe
I-
you got to realize that everybody's going to throw themselves into the dark ocean after you, one after the other, because that's exactly what happened.
I had a pistol. I was going to shoot them, but there were 2 of you in the ocean, and I had 3 spell slots.
So before everybody says that, there was one other part of Turn's essential deal. Is I had to start trying to trust and get better.
I just want. I appreciate that you wanted my safety,
Mhm.
but that's not a choice I would have made.
I know. That's why I made it.
Without your
That's
consent.
Fair.
And what I'm saying to you is, you don't get to make that choice for me.
Whether we
I mean,
both
apparently you do because
die?
you did.
whether we both die or one of us lives.
Whether I'm the one that survives over your death, I've already died once.
I know, but you're my friend, so I
My
didn't
friend
want to
too.
You're
watch
really
you
someone's
die.
friend. You let them make their own goddamn choices.
I understand what you're saying, and I understand y'all think I don't believe I have any worth, and for the most part, I don't, right? But I'm
No,
not going to watch any of you die, and I
Hey.
don't give a flying shit what you think about that.
Saying
No.
the opposite of that.
Yeah, literally the opposite of what I said.
Moron?
I am. I'm not intelligent. Never have been.
You're
I literally
saying
dove into
that,
the water.
You're saying that you have no value, and I'm saying that you're my friend.
I know. I'm trying to work on that part. All right, it's deep-rooted psychology. Maybe I'll talk to Renata.
Oh, please?
Not now.
We could really,
Not now.
we could
The
really
point
get to the
is-
bottom of this.
Absolutely not now, Renata.
All right.
Absolutely not now.
It's
Sure,
not a
okay.
kindness to consign someone that cares to you to survivor's guilt because you wanted to be a martyr.
I didn't necessarily want to be a martyr. I would have really appreciated both of us to live, but it was
You
just
both did
the worst
live.
case scenario. I know.
Guy
and it
gestures
worked
around.
out.
You both lived. Here you are.
It was a worst case scenario thing.
I feel like everything in your life is a worst case scenario, man. You gotta
No
work on that.
shit. It has been not great.
Listen,
I'm
we
trying.
can unpack
Listen,
this.
I do. Renata, I said not now. Okay, I'll let you unpack something, something later. Okay, but not now. All right, let's
Think
we don't
about
really have
how
time
much
for the
fun.
complexities of healing.
Think about how much fun it's gonna be to see Captain Naga's face when we tell him there's a fucking dragon turtle down there.
And we didn't wake it up.
I know. Like I said, I mean, I don't know if that deal still stands. I don't think I could go back on it, so I apologize. I took that choice. Fairly certain I can't, but I just
No, you
wanted...
signed it in blood. I saw what happened.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
One day when we're all retired, Scythe is just gonna appear out of nowhere in the fucking living room, and we're gonna know that Aaron died.
Oh shit, Aaron died.
Arya,
If the team is disassembled, does that mean he shows up in pieces to different people?
Oh, God,
Yes.
no.
that would be horrible, but
I-
also hilarious. Arya,
Yes. Yes.
when you hear the, are they always still dead?
What do you mean?
Can you hear me?
I don't hear the dead.
Oh.
I speak with the. They're still here. Well, not here because we're in the ocean, but they're. I speak with them. I talk with them. It's not like I guess.
Maybe it's like you're halfway there.
I guess I found out recently that I was murdered, and
Oh.
I thought
Damn.
I don't know, maybe you could find out the part if the parts of me that were anyway, I don't know.
No, I can't do that for you. I'm sorry.
It was just sorry.
You were murdered?
I guess.
I'm sorry.
I don't.
I mean, I knew I lost my memories. I just didn't. I found out recently that. Anyway, sorry. I didn't think it was possible to bring down the mood, but I guess I did anyway.
You know what? Don't be sorry. I don't know. People should be more normal. They should treat Arya like she's more normal. Like everybody has weird shit. So I like it. I mean, not that you died. That's a bummer. I'm sorry.
What does normal mean?
You know, I mean, people who don't say she's having a stroke when she can't get her words out because people don't want to hear about speaking to the dead because it freaks people out. Let's be real. It freaked me out. Not anymore.
It had nothing to do with her talking to the dead. It was an impulsive choice. I'm so sorry. I have to keep hearing about this. I know words have power, and I made a dumb choice. I don't think you're that weird, Arya. I just signed a contract to teleport someone away, and I have a contract with the devil that talks to me all the time.
Yeah, that's
Most
what I'm
of
saying. He
my
shares
friends
it.
are dead already.
And I'm.
See, she's talking to me right now.
She's right behind
I'm-
you.
You don't see her.
And I'm telling you that you're going to be miserable.
Maybe that's not helpful either right now, Arya.
Oh.
Are we
She
just
does look a
sharing
little bit
things?
like
a little
awful
chastened.
about that. She's like, but he
I said
needs
it very
to know."
gently. Just
What'd you say, Arya?
Gonna be miserable. He's gonna be miserable. Sorry, she's still
Well-
upset about the ghost in the living room.
Hold on, maybe it won't be that bad. Hey, Turn,
Hmm.
how miserable am I going to be, you think, with you?
Oh, not at all.
Are you lying to me?
I don't do that.
Oh. Turn says I won't be miserable with her.
My hostage said I'll be fine.
hostager.
Mhm. So maybe it won't be that bad.
Yeah, maybe
She
it'll
is
be
different. She is different than the thing in the library. I will say that much. She has different goals in mind and actually wants to see people improve.
Hushan has no imagination.
I don't think any
She is very attractive.
person.
Do they get to read the books in the library forever? Arya, did you find that out from them?
No, they don't read the books. They
Oh.
work.
That's
They work
stupid.
forever. They work for eternity. Souls aren't meant to be trapped for eternity. Souls aren't meant to loop for eternity.
The fish were looping
Wait, what?
What?
in the ocean on the way down. I saw it. They were looping.
Loop, like in a loop? Like, what do you mean?
Side starts trying to mime this. There's like a fish, and it starts over here, and it goes, and then it's back over here again, and it just repeats.
Like a glitch?
Like it's looping.
So like it's looping in time, not like swimming in a circle. Like
Right.
it starts over.
Yeah. I
What?
think it's
That's
part of
strange.
how everything is messed up.
Maybe it's So it was all the fish were looping?
I don't think it was all of them. I couldn't see that many. It was
Oh.
getting dark.
I
I
mean,
could-
the turtle was. Maybe it's just the memories.
Yes, Spring, echo here.
Does, like, would Spring connect any of that? Is there any sort of, like, wild magic thing or, like, Banasite weirdness related thing that might cause that to happen that I can roll Arcana about?
You can roll Arcana about it, but it might not be specifically about Banasite.
Or about looping fish.
28.
28. You recall when you were aboard the shipwreck fighting Captain Voss. They were husks of a memory that would reset themselves to the beginning of the memory whenever
Oh,
you
yeah.
damage the captain. You suspect these creatures that were on a loop, resetting back to where they were at the beginning, might not actually have been the creatures themselves, but a displayed memory.
Okay.
Things the spirits of those creatures remembered before they were gone.
Okay. Spring will say that and say, I think maybe it was just the memory of fish. Because we've encountered this before. It was memories of ghosts, but they were like physical enough that they could hurt us. We fought them.
A fish has the memory. A fish has the brain the size of a pea.
And that was like
Yeah.
literally, I had just said that. I guess I was muted.
Yes.
Oh.
I watched you mute yourself, and I wondered if you were talking to Brom.
Oop.
I mean, maybe it still counts though. This person, this ghost that talked to you, maybe was. I wonder if it was a ghost or a memory of a ghost.
Probably a memory. There's no ghosts
Because
here,
there's no
right?
ghosts. Because there's no ghosts here, right? Like so.
So maybe there are echoes stuck in the water.
Maybe.
Arya, do you want to?
Maybe.
I knew you were going to do that. I had a premonition.
You had a question for Arya?
Yeah, guy just very quietly was like, "Do you want to tell him what you saw? The dragon turtle eating a ship?"
It was the whole memory, but nobody else saw it. But it was. He was also talking to me, but not to me.
Who was
I don't think he knew I was there, but he was talking.
So it would maybe just be a memory because I mean they usually know that you're talking to them, that you're there.
Yeah, usually.
That's how we knew. Arya said she saw the dragon turtle crushing a ship.
But the city was lost memories. So there's torn off pieces of memory floating in the ocean.
I'm suddenly trying really hard to decide if I have lost memories. Have I forgotten things that I can't remember? Oh no.
That's ADHD.
It's too real, to be honest.
So
Too real.
So
Too
real.
real.
So real.
It is at this moment. The diving bell emerges, and all of you are back above the surface of the water. And cool, salty air washes up into the diving bell from underneath as it is lifted up out of the water and slowly up. And you see in the night air, the deck of the Water Witch is slowly brought down underneath the diving bell. And you are suspended over the cargo hold.
Before we get out, I want to say, hey, Ari, when we get back, can I talk to you about something? It's not bad, I promise.
Well, okay, you probably can.
Okay. All right. Let's get this all stowed away first.
It is a relief to see all of you in that bell.
Hey, yeah, I'm glad that the dragon turtle didn't follow us up.
Yep,
What?
that's really solid.
Yep.
There's a dragon
Guy
turtle
jumped
gonna have
down.
so much anxiety.
Albie, open the sails. We're moving now. And he
Thank
begins
you.
pulling the anchor up.
Yep. That's why I brought it up.
Albie and I will take the next watch. You all get some sleep. The ship's on
He
the
was
move.
sleeping.
Okay.
Who's sleeping? The dragon
I was
turtle?
telling Naga, I was telling
Yeah.
Naga the dragon turtle was sleeping.
Thank fuck for that. Small blessings after this horrible night.
Yes.
And then Captain
Thank you.
Naga turns to you, Aaron, and says, "Why the fuck did you jump in the ocean?"
We've already
I
Yeah,
haven't, and I need to say this to you, you fuck. Don't you dare jump off my deck of the ship unless it's emergency again. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Good. Now pull that rope.
And I will pull the rope with whatever no strength.
The
I
sail
have.
just... Yeah, it's not hard to pull. He just needs you to pull it while he pulls the other one. You guys can continue on with your long rest and conversations.
Good night.
Okay. I would ask Arya real quick if I could talk to her before she goes to sleep.
Yeah, she'll talk to you, but then find a place to bunk out near Guy quietly.
Yeah, it'll be real quick. You keep talking about how you see things that no one sees. Is that lonely? Do you wish other people could see it too?
Why?
Because if you ever want, I could, if you wanted, only if you wanted, and you don't never have to, of course, but I have the ability to experience the world through another person's senses. So I could maybe see something you were seeing and hear something you were hearing, so you weren't alone sometime, if you ever needed. But I just wanted
I'm
you to
not
know
alone.
it was available. No,
I'm not alone. I have Guy.
I know. I meant like so that someone else sees it too. I got the sense down there that was hard for you. I might have misread it. I misread a lot of social things, but I just wanted to put it out there. So just
No,
keep it. And do whatever you want with it.
No, it was just if you had been able to talk to the ghosts in the library, you would understand. Most of the time, they're like friends. They talk to me and they tell me things and they teach me things. But the ghosts were just miserable in there.
Oh,
They'd
okay.
lived for an eternity.
Okay, I understand. I'm sorry for offering then. I thought it was something different. I apologize.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. I mean, you've already made your deal, and Guy was right. It's not helpful.
It kind of is, though, for me to really understand the implications of my actions. I'm not good at that, so thank you. for what it's worth.
You're welcome.
And for the final record, I'm sorry I ever made the stroke comment. On a real note, I don't know what I was doing that day. I'm so sorry. I didn't really know you guys well yet. I'll never happen again.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
All right, go get some sleep. I'm gonna go get some sleep too.
Yeah, I almost died today.
I've never seen a dragon turtle up close, so check that off the old bucket list.
As you guys settle in to continue your long rest, Albie and Captain Naga begin their watch and continue sailing the ship away from that location for good reason. Hold on a minute. Okay. Their watch passes without incident. The final watch, Arya and Guy. You two can hit the long rest button. And you guys are on watch.
Okay.
I need
When you
perception checks on D100 before anything else.
okay. Good luck, Arya.
Okay. And the D100.
Go for it.
Okay. Oh, 50.
Even. Awesome. That's pretty fun.
50 even. Okay. I need a D6.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. All right.
Not a Leviathan, not a Leviathan, not a Leviathan.
dragon turtle.
Nope. Or
He found you. No. You guys can have any conversations you like.
When Arya did come to lay down near Guy, he would like offer to hug her, hold her.
Aw.
Aw.
Yeah, she definitely takes it up. And then like it takes her a little bit to like bring up what she was gonna say in the thing. And they've probably sat in silence for like a good portion. If people watched them, they'd be like, wow, those people don't even know each other. And then eventually she's like, I just really thought I wasn't gonna be able to see Ember Halla again ever. I think about that sometimes when we're on a mission.
Yeah.
It's sometimes why I steal.
What do you mean?
Well, if I have enough coin one day, we could return. Would you want to return?
I mean, you could go back anytime, Arya. They'd take you back.
But would you want to return?
The guy doesn't want to answer that. He just kind of is quiet for a minute.
She eventually like just accepts it and just nods her head. And you can tell that she's assuming he doesn't want to go back.
He doesn't want to lie out loud, so. I don't think there's a place for me there.
Okay, I understand.
But there is one for you, and I was more worried about not seeing you again for a minute. But
Maybe you would see me. Maybe if I died, you would.
don't
Find
haunt me, Arya. Oh, that's so fucked up. Don't do that. He's laughing.
I didn't mean that. I meant.
I'm kidding.
I meant maybe you would.
No, you should haunt me if you die and I'm still alive.
Okay.
I'll deserve it.
No, you wouldn't. But you're gonna move on if you die, right? You won't stay just because I could see you.
Yeah, I got somewhere to be.
Okay. Maybe one day when I'm old, but I don't
Yeah.
want to.
It's not gonna happen. Listen. It's a close call, but we've got Renata. She's powerful.
Yeah. She was very frail.
Yeah, what the hell, man? Her armor weighs more than I do. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's magic. Maybe it's really light.
I don't know. It was. Oh my God, Spring's armor.
Oh,
Did you see that?
I saw it. Actually, it was hot. It was really hot. I'm not gonna lie. She's coming up the stairs, armor flying on her. It was
Are
crazy.
you interested? Should I?
No, no, no. I
Oh,
think
okay.
Should
I,
you not though?
it's I feel like that's not very professional, right?
I mean, around this team.
Oh,
Um,
you got a
she's a
point.
nice person though. I like her.
Is she nice? Sometimes.
hmm Spring?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think she's kind. I don't know if I'd say she's nice.
she's smart.
She's definitely smart. Hey, what if we just talk about our opinions about everybody on the team since they're asleep and they can't hear us or comment on it?
Please, yes.
I mean, I thought that's what we were doing, right?
It is, but I just wanted to be meta about it and be anyway. Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, are
she
you
did
okay?
jump in the ocean.
Listen, everybody was jumping in the fucking. I thought the captain was going to for a second when he ran up. I was like, for real. I thought I was missing something. I'm not kidding.
I thought he was so angry at me.
The
All I
captain?
was, yeah.
Why
I
would you
just,
be?
I don't
Why-
know. He,
I think he was just angry.
yeah, probably. I mean, at least,
Oh, I know you don't. Okay, this might be news to you because you are used to being born to a life of importance, but most people don't think about you
uh,
when
I
you're
mean,
just.
yeah, probably.
They're mad
I,
about their own shit.
yeah, that seems to definitely been the case with Aaron, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
At
he's got a
least
lot going
he,
on.
yeah, at least he's trying, I think. I think he's trying to get better. He
I mean,
apologized again. And
I
he
mean,
was listening to you.
well, I think you should know me well enough to know that you can seem engaged in a conversation without actually listening.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I believe that his heart's in the right place. It's just we need a teammate, not a martyr.
yeah. I mean,
I kind of want to succeed at this and eat pancakes again.
yeah,
You really.
I
Hmm.
understand. I wish I could help Scythe, but it's, I don't know, not something I can do.
Not here anyway.
No.
Maybe there's
I wonder if
somebody on
she
the other side that
remembers.
could help.
I would have to, I think they've always appeared to me near where they died. I think we'd have to go back to her.
Find out where she died.
Yeah,
Investigate. That sounds
yeah.
kind of fun. But
Maybe
not
after
really.
this mission.
It's not really our business. So,
No,
like a
no, it's
coworker. But yeah, I like that you want to help her. Anyway, I
she's
haven't been
very.
paying attention. Are we safe? Is it okay?
Oh
I
yeah,
think I rolled like an
there's.
11. Yeah.
It's very calm tonight. I think we got away from. I mean, other
On
than
this
that,
team.
I think we got away from the
Okay, good. Good.
everything.
You okay?
Yeah, I do. I don't know. It's unsettling on the ocean though, without the dead and things stuck in a loop, and you know,
I bet it is.
yeah.
But well, maybe we can fix it. Or be part of that.
I'm sure. Yeah. Or at least get paid for it.
I mean, pancakes, and then you'll feel better.
Yeah. Yep.
Back on land, where there's ghosts everywhere,
Yep. You.
all the time.
They're like a crowd on themselves in
I believe it.
the city.
People die every day, huh?
A lot of people die. Yeah.
Well, that's a good, hopeful note to start a day on. Listen, we're strange people.
And they'll continue to gossip the whole time.
Okay. As you guys have a conversation, everyone can hit the long rest button as you are all awoken by a strange,
Oh god.
high-pitched, cheerful, tingling sound.
Like happy bells?
Yeah, like happy bells.
Guy stands
And
up
you
and says,
all
"The
hear,
fuck?"
"Oh, greetings, delectable adventurers!
No.
Oh no.
What?
I'm
Ivory
Psycho Phantom, veiler of self and purveyor of peculiar. May I interest you in wares that sparkle, dazzle, and occasionally do absolutely nothing of consequence?" And you
First
see,
time
over the side of the ship is a
On his
tiny
pontoon.
little... It's basically a twin-vesseled catamaran with a trading cart sitting on
my
top
God.
of it. With
This is
a
the
tiny
worst
sail
timeline.
made of bed sheets sticking off the top of it. And
Oh
there
my
is a cheerful, purple and blue dressed man looking out from this trading cart, looking up at the side of the vessel. And
Is
as
this one
you
of those memories?
as you see this
This is a
individual,
horrible nightmare.
Oh, poor
good
Psycho
God,
Phantom. I'm sorry
you
that I rolled this.
glorious barnacle-wrapped bundles of wonder. That is where we're going to call it for tonight's
On the
session.
verge of another combat, I see.
We will. I will fight you before
I
we try
will
to
be
fight
the
Psycho
one
Phantom.
player in Echo's games that will put Psycho Phantom in the fucking ground. I swear to God.
You can
He is more
certainly
powerful than
Oh.
you.
This will be my first experience with whatever this is, so
Sorry.
You're
Me
gonna
too.
enjoy it.
Me too, Rice.
He's the fucking best.
He's the fucking worst.
We're
It's
gonna
hilarious
buy
and bizarre.
party
I
favors on
can't
the
believe
open
you rolled
scene.
him again. Here
It's
he
because
is.
God hates me specifically.
As we come to the
I have
end of
to-
the session, huh? You have to what?
Does he have Velen's advertisement on his cart?
Wow.
Advertisement.
If you think I remember
Advertisement?
anything.
What is the
Okay.
timeline? She must know.
Yeah, I was just curious if he kept it. Fine.
This might be
Um,
before that.
Yeah, who knows?
This
It's not important.
so this is happening like at the same time, so
Mm.
not
Probably
it might
not.
not be possible.
Might not have happened yet.
As we come to the end of the session, I want to thank you all for playing with me. Before we go any farther, we must give our players an opportunity to vote for each other for a point of inspiration. And we're going to start at the top of the order with Meg. Meg, who did something that you liked?
There's a lot of fun stuff. I will vote Guy though, because we hadn't we did one little text-based thing with Guy and Arya on their own, and we haven't really had a chance since. And like I didn't realize they'd be so gossipy, and I love that she just threw in on like, okay, yeah, we'll be gossipy. This is what they do.
Okay.
So my vote's for Guy.
Very much.
Guy and
part of the team.
Arya are the bitches that judge you in the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right. Health Rock, who did something that you liked?
Well, okay, this is not going to be an every time thing, but I am going to vote for Arya, just because I
Sure.
really liked seeing her gift, her, her power, come up in a fun way that was able to like warn us about something and maybe hopefully avoid being eaten by a dragon turtle when we had no spell slots.
Yes, holy god, that would have been a TPK right there.
Sure would have.
Yeah.
But I
He
would have
said
sent it if
confidently.
that's what it. Dude.
Yep.
It's a dragon turtle. I don't know if you've ever fought one, but they're brutal.
No, I haven't.
Good. Pen, who did something that you liked?
So I am a firm believer in the philosophy that you should reward the behavior you want to see. So I'm gonna give it to Rise for pushing it.
Pushing it, sure.
And then just like that, no lessons were learned.
None at all. Okay. Vote for Rise. All right, next. Remembered Orison.
I would give it to the both of you for the gossip, but I already had written something down that Frog said that cracked me the fuck up. When Guy looked at Aaron and said, "How many souls you got, man?" Which is just the greatest thing in the world to say to a warlock. I loved it. I also loved how gossipy I mean, there's so many great things. Aaron, it made the bold choices all game. That was awesome. But I also, just as a side note, I finished a wonderful book about gossip. And I'm gonna put it in the chat for us because it's really fucking good, and I burned through it in like a day and a half, and it's incredible.
Okay. Rise.
I'm gonna go Arya on this one. Not for like necessarily like this crazy funny moment. I just really like the character development and like how it's coming along, and that I still, much like when Kenku's talk, have no fucking clue what's happening. But that's just my normal daily existence. So, but I did like that and the dialogue and stuff like that. It was between Gary and I tonight. I'm gonna go Arya.
Okay. Sal.
I'm gonna vote for Guy for the line when we were having our group therapy session in the Bell. And,
I like that.
and Guy told Aaron to like reframe his thinking about his own value and like recognize that he's part of a team. And of course, Turn is nodding along behind him, which was very funny. But I just it's sort of, I thought it was a really good sort of narrowing down the issue into a neat, I don't know, it was incisive. I liked it. So good job.
Okay. Hellfrog. You've earned the point of inspiration this week.
Goodness.
Well done. Thank you all for playing with me tonight. I hope you had a good time. I hope you're looking forward to Psychophantom's nonsense at the beginning of next session.
I'm totally looking forward to it.
I'm gonna buy everything for Arya.
I have no idea what to look
This is perfect. That's exactly as it should be. As we come to the end of the session, I want to thank you all for watching. To those of you who are at home or at work listening, hi everybody. Hi Penn. Hi Emily. Hi class. Hi everybody else. We love you all. And I wish you a good night.